touched the hole, that lady suddenly becomes such a beautiful god? Let's find out. In the realm of the sun goddess, there was a good princess named Sunny, who was the only daughter of the king and the late queen. She always wore the royal necklace, a family heirloom, with the hope that she would become a great queen as she had wished. However, no matter how hard she tried to be strong, her father always thought that she was just a weak girl and left the heavy work for the wizard general. Moreover, the successor of the kingdom was often a wise, consensuous male who could possess the scepter of light, which a part of the power of the sun goddess's heart to maintain the light of the kingdom. So the king thought a lot and went to the temple without letting Sunny go.
I understand my father is worried about me and my people, so he cannot assume the responsibility of carrying this kingdom for me. And if I let the wizard general in charge, he must be the guy who my father trusted a lot, and I will try to support him.
While Sunny was thinking, she suddenly heard a loud noise coming from the temple. And the sky suddenly darkened for no reason. When she arrived, she saw her father and the wizard general, who was asleep, and the goddess got angry and left.
What happened to my father and the sun goddess?
Because the king wanted you to be his successor. So the sun goddess didn't agree and got angry like that. The king always silently observed your efforts and decided to propose you to be the one who holder of the scepter of light in order to maintain the prosperity of the kingdom. However, the sun goddess was very angry because she thought you was a girl, not in accordance with the old custom. So the goddess punished your father, destroyed the scepter of light, and took away the light of our kingdom. If you want to save the king and kingdom, you must find the sun goddess at the top of the perilous mountain and bring back the scepter of light.
As it turns out, my father always been quietly sacrificed for me. So, I'm going to go see the goddess and prove my true strength, and I'm determined not to let you regret this decision.
After saying that, Sunny decided to go on the road, trying to overcome all the obstacles to reach the top of the mountain, the place where the sun goddess was supposed to reside. While climbing the mountain, she saw a fox fainted on the road from starvation due to the scarcity of food from the disappearance of the sun. Seeing the poor fox, Sunny rushed to get some of her food to help him stay awake. Appreciating Sunny's kindness, the fox immediately brought her to the front of the huge gate, the residence of the sun goddess.
You must be here to see the sun goddess. However, if you want to meet the goddess, you must answer my wise question first. Yes, please, ask the question. You're a brave little girl, so answer me. All things on earth are like animals. People always try to avoid conflict and fight to maintain a peaceful life. However, what alive will beat, what doesn't beat will die.
Sunny thought for a while, but could not think of an answer, and unconsciously, she touched her heirloom softly.
That's right. The answer is the heart, because that's the source of life for every species. If it doesn't beat every second, it can't survive. That's exactly right.
In a word, the gate showed the way for Sunny, but when Sunny had just set foot inside, she was suddenly attacked by the sun goddess in anger. Without saying an explanation, Sunny tried her best to evade the goddess's magic, but is still defeated. While Sunny was cornered, she saw the goddess holding her chest, which seemed very painful. As it turned out, she realized that the goddess had lost a part of her heart. So she tried to run so fast that she put her necklace in the void on the goddess's chest and held her in her lap. Filling Sunny's heart through hugs and gifts, the goddess gradually calmed down and returned to the beauty form as before.
Thank you, Princess Sunny. You helped me recover my strength with love, and in the last journey, I've also known how good and strong you are. Will you then not be angry with me and help my father recover and bring light to all things in my kingdom? I'm sorry. It's not because of you that I got angry and turned dark like this. However, I want you to learn what the truly good people are and to find out the reason behind this and defeat that evil force to help people. Therefore, even though I am weak now, I will grant you the Scepter of Light, which will help you to obtain the ultimate magic. However, if you use the power of the scepter to save your father's life, you will have no more magic to save the people, and vice versa.
Standing in front of the great and difficult decisions of life, Sunny contemplated and thought, hypnotized along the way back to the kingdom.
It's difficult to make the decision to choose either one, as the sun goddess says, because for me, Dad are the only one who has raised me. Therefore, I cannot afford to watch my father weaken and pass away. Only I also understand that when there is a lack of sunlight, all things in the kingdom live in misery. Even their food is increasingly scarce and robbed by soldiers.
Seeing the unusual happen in front of her eyes, Sunny hurried back to the palace, but had just arrived at the place where the Wizard General blocked the road to arrest and seize the scepter.
It's worth for me to wait. Just in a short time, you brought back the Scepter of Light.
It turned out that long ago, the king knew that even though the Wizard General was an agile guy, but evil-minded person, quietly sucking up the wealth of the people, so the king could not bring him to the throne. So when the king achieved Sunny as his successor, the Wizard General was furious and sought to defeat the king to seize the Scepter of Light. While the Sun Goddess needed absolute concentration to recharge the Scepter Light with magical energy and also the weakest defense, the Wizard General silently intended to take the scepter from the goddess. However, when the Wizard General touched the scepter, his evil grin directly affected and infected the evil with weapons, and even the heart of the goddess was darkened. Seeing that scene, the king hurriedly stopped the wizard, but during the contraction, the scepter was broken as well, as the king was seriously wounded.
Turns out you're the one behind all this? My father and I have trusted you all this time!
It's too late now, princess. Now that I have the Scepter of Light in my hands, you must all submit to my command.
After that, he used the scepter to create a lot of sun throughout the kingdom, with the intention of making people work all day long to redeem it.
No, I can't make his ambitions come true. I must continue to fight for the people, for my father.
Sunny tried to move away from the soldiers. The Wizard General panicked, using the scepter to stop Sunny, but suddenly, the sun in Sunny's hand shone and dazzled him. Not only that, the magic that he just shot at her was flushed back and caused him to melt into a cloud of smoke. However, the power of the sun was too strong to Sunny, so she was forced to hold the sun in her hands to create pressure, causing them to break. But this was equivalent to, she had to sacrifice her life.
Because my father and people, I determined to sacrifice myself to become the light of the sun and to leave the Scepter of Light to my father so that they may all live together in peace.
Finally, Sunny hugged the sun in her heart, shone brightly in front of many people. While everyone was mourning her departure, a light suddenly shone from the ashes, and Sunny appeared as a light bearer.
Sunny!
Daddy!
Sunny, I know you're just a little girl. What you've proven in your journey and sacrifice is that you're a person of both mind and vision, and fit for this Scepter of Light. Therefore, I hope you will maintain the prosperity of the kingdom on my behalf.
Thank you, Dad, and everybody so much. I also understand that whatever our origin or gender is, if we try hard enough and take action, everyone will understand what our potential is.
And then, under Sunny's guidance, the kingdom once again returned to its inherent serenity, and people lived happily.
If one day a poor girl suddenly becomes a princess, how would it be? Would her life become beautiful or dark? Click the subscribe button to WOA Fairy Tale for the answer. Mr. Thomas's family was a poor one, struggling to raise their first daughter.
And that name suits her. Quickly capture her!
Mr. Thomas was horrified when he saw a chaotic scene, with sides slaughtering each other. Before understanding what was happening, Thomas was handed a child by a soldier.
This is Princess Anastasia. You must protect and care for her carefully. When it's safe, the royal family will come and take her and reward your family.
Thomas didn't understand what was going on, so he quickly embraced the child and closed the door.
Oh dear, there's trouble. How can we raise Princess Anastasia?
Maybe the heavens want to help us. This will be the child that changes our lives.
Huh?
Thomas seemed to understand his wife's intent, and he smiled dangerously. After the chaos ended, news spread about the missing princess, and no one knew where she was. Mr. and Mrs. Thomas didn't reveal any information about the princess to the outside world. Only those within the family knew. People outside would simply think Anastasia was their adopted child. As time went on, Anne and Anastasia grew up. Princess Anastasia had a graceful appearance with a touch of haughtiness, while Anne remained gentle and meek. Mr. and Mrs. Thomas always paid special attention to Anastasia.
Anne, you need to help the princess even more, because we need to protect her until the royal family comes together.
Huh? Yes, I know, Father.
Every day, Anne tried to chat and play with Princess Anastasia, but despite her enthusiasm and openness, Princess Anastasia remained distant.
I won't eat. Stay away from me. Remember, I am a princess, and you're just a commoner. Don't try to be too familiar with me. Huh?
The differential treatment in the Thomas family grew more significant. Anastasia was given many beautiful dresses, even though the family was not wealthy, while Anne, the biological daughter, wore old dresses, sometimes even patched ones. Anastasia enjoyed delicious meals.
Anne, please eat some bread and give the chicken thigh to Anastasia.
Anne feels deeply sorry and extremely resentful.
Mom, why do you and Dad treat me like this? I'm your biological child. We have to do this so that when the princess returns her favor, it will benefit us. Stop being jealous all the time, Anne.
Anastasia felt increasingly spoiled and domineering.
Anne, quickly bring me that vase.
If Anne accidentally broke something, Anastasia would take the chance to scold her.
Clumsy fool.
Anne could only hide in a corner and cry.
Everyone wants to drive me away.
Not me, I'm here, and I'll never abandon you. Lucas's words comforted Anne, which somewhat eased her sorrow.
Thank you for always being there when I need you. Anne, hurry up and cook for me.
Anastasia felt jealous when Anne laughed and spoke merrily.
Lucas, why don't you stay and play with me? I've liked you for a long time. If you leave Anne, a country girl, and come to me, you'll have everything. You like gold and silver, right? You like status, right?
Anastasia is just an adopted child, right? This is absurd. But Anastasia's determination also made him curious, and his eyes suddenly sparkled. Meanwhile, Anne was forbidden to leave the house. She spent her days looking out of the window with a sad gaze. Lucas visited Anne with indifference and coldness.
Lucas, I want to be free like you.
Later, you'll inherit all the family fortune. Don't be sad. Anastasia's just an adopted child. She won't get any benefits.
Anne had never thought about this issue before. She only needed her parents' love. When Lucas left, he suddenly eavesdropped a conversation between Anne's parents.
Sooner or later, Anastasia will be welcomed into the royal court, and we must flatter the little one to ensure she takes the old family with her.
Huh? Unexpectedly, Anastasia, the adopted child, is actually the missing princess from long ago. That's why she was so confident in telling everything to me. Since Lucas learned of Anastasia's true identity, he immediately turned against Anne. Instead, Lucas brought many gifts and flowers to Anastasia, saying he would stay by her side and protect her for life. Anne, seeing Lucas and Anastasia's affectionate relationship, felt heartbroken. Tears welled up in her eyes. Now that her parents' love was gone, even the person she loved had betrayed her. Anne truly felt unlucky. The fateful day arrived when Queen Marie, accompanied by her soldiers, came to the Thomas house.
Now, the princess can return safely to the palace without having to hide her identity and live with commoners. Oh, my beloved granddaughter, I let you suffer. Let's go home.
Anastasia didn't have any affection for her grandmother. She was only secretly happy to escape her poor life.
Queen, we hope to be allowed into the palace. After all, our family has taken care of Anastasia since she was a child, treating her like our own daughter.
Me too. Anastasia and I have loved each other for a long time. I can't live without Anastasia. Please allow me to enter the palace to serve and protect the princess.
Fine, I agree to allow all of you into the palace.
During the swearing-in ceremony, Anastasia received the necklace from her late mother. Back in her room, Anastasia threw the necklace to the ground.
It truly is an ugly and old-fashioned piece of jewelry. Now I will live a life of luxury, making up for those days in that wretched, tattered house.
Anastasia called Anne and asked her to bring different clothes to try on.
Give me another dress.
Anastasia continued to order Anne to clean her room, not allowing any other servants to do it. While cleaning, Anne accidentally picked up the necklace that late Queen Marie had given Anastasia, which had fallen to the floor. Anne stared at it for a while, feeling a strange sense of familiarity, as if there was an invisible connection.
Give it back to me!
Queen Marie, standing outside the door, observed her granddaughter's rooms, shook her head, sighed, and felt sorry for Anne. As for Mr. and Mrs. Thomas, they were allowed into the palace, enjoying a life of luxury. Their greed grew day by day.
We must take advantage of this rare opportunity.
Princess, now that you're back home, we have a small request. Speak! We want to share half of the family fortune! What? Are you crazy?
Thanks to us, you are where you are today, right?
Don't even dream about it. Guards, lock these two old gags up from me.
Let us go! Let us go!
The cries echoed throughout the palace, and Queen Marie was deeply disturbed.
Anastasia is not the real princess! The real princess is Anne!
Everything came to a halt, and everyone fell silent, bewildered.
Thomas, don't talk nonsense.
Daughter, I am the one who gave birth to you, and your name is Anne.
In the past, when he held Princess Anastasia in his arms, he and his wife exchanged names between the princess and their biological daughter.
Daughter, from now on, your name will be Anastasia, and the princess will be Anne.
Neither of the two children knew about this.
Grandma! I don't know anything! They arranged everything! I didn't intentionally impersonate the princess! Your family must face punishment, not only for deceiving the royal court, but also for mistreating the princess.
Mr. and Mrs. Thomas, in fear, grabbed their daughter and fled.
Run, quickly!
Stop! I know the truth. It turns out that the differential treatment was because I'm not your biological child. People tried to suppress me, to replace me with a fake daughter.
The fire of resentment in Anne's soul, and she confronted the fake Princess Anastasia. Anne looked at the necklace and felt a severe headache.
Anastasia!
Suddenly, the necklace glowed, and the spirits of the late king and queen appeared.
Daughter, we will always be with you.
They then flew to topple Mr. and Mrs. Thomas.
Lock them all up in jail!
Lucas, realizing he had no way out, pretended to be pitiable.
Please forgive me, princess. I was blinded by money, and I betrayed your feelings.
But Anne had seen through Lucas's true nature.
Expel him from the castle, and he shall never set foot here again. Finally, I have found my real granddaughter. I officially announce that this is the true Princess Anastasia.
She put the necklace back on Princess Anastasia, and they lived happily ever after.
500 years ago in Dreamland, a realm where magical creatures once thrived, a great devastation occurred. After a fierce battle with the Raven clan, the Raven King sought to kidnap the precious fairy alchemist, mercilessly slaughtering wherever he went. In the end, the Flower Fairy clan had to sacrifice half of their kin to steal away the Raven King. Since then, the chief of the Floral Fairy clan was honored as the ruler of the island. However, the Raven King's imprisonment is merely temporary. Given a day of sufficient strength, he can break free completely. And that day finally arrived. In an instant, the beauty of Dreamland vanished.
You have shattered my family, and now it's time for you to pay.
Mother of Floral Fairy Peony entrusted all of their flower spirit, the essence of their magic power, to her daughter. This was to protect her and send her back to the past 500 years ago. The fusion resulted in the sacrifice of all the floral fairies. Peony carried a great responsibility to defeat the Raven King before he succumbed to darkness. Peony lost all her strength and was severely wounded, falling into the human world. She also encountered a group of demon hunters who specialized in hunting spirits, stripping them of their magic and selling them to the wealthy.
Oh, a floral fairy. How about surrendering yourself to us humans now?
Release me at once! Peony was completely drained, feeling helpless and shedding tears. And at her most desperate moment, Ryan appeared.
It's you again, you little fool. Go away.
Ryan had always been slow and clumsy since birth. He had a large body, but a mind no different from a 10-year-old child. Whenever he had the chance, Ryan secretly tried to release the prey of the demon hunters. That's why he was always despised. Who are you? Being rejected and driven away, Ryan retreated deep into the forest to live.
But beautiful. You're so beautiful.
What's with the stammering, you foolish boy?
Huh?
In the following days, Ryan diligently took care of Peony, passionately tending to her wounds. Gradually, Peony was moved by his warmth. Although he was foolish, he was truly kind-hearted. Of course, Peony didn't forget her mission. However, she didn't know where to find and gather information about the Raven King now. She only knew that he had a distinctive raven feather-shaped mark on his chest, the source of his power's corruption. Ryan always helped her gather information about the Raven King. On the 7th day, there was no news about the Raven, but mysterious incidents occurred on the streets. It involved the disappearance of a series of young girls reaching maturity. Furthermore, the number of wild creatures in the forest was decreasing. One sleepless night, a disturbing event took place. Something's wrong! Let's go, Ryan! No! Get away quickly!
The mark on the tiger's forehead. I saw it at the crime scenes.
There are many rumors that in order to gain more power, the Raven King took the lives of many young girls and wild animals to refine his elixirs. This must be connected to him. However, with her current power, she would struggle to oppose him. When her magical power was restored, Peony bid farewell to Ryan and decided to go to Dreamland to find the clan chief. At that time, her floral clan was not yet the most powerful. In terms of hierarchy, he was her grandfather.
Nonsense. Time cannot be reversed. And are you truly a floral fairy?
Everything I've said is the truth. The clan chief's attitude changed, and he immediately welcomed her into the flower clan. Peony was treated as a true princess according to the standards of that era. Day and night, she worked with the clan chief to find a way to defeat the Raven King. She also contributed her magical power to strengthen the flower army. Things changed one day. Help me! The mark on her forehead! Please save me! The floral goddess will take away my soul to refine his elixirs! Ah! Peony grew suspicious and secretly followed her. She couldn't believe her eyes when she discovered the clan chief's secret chamber. It held a large number of young girls and various beasts and creatures with marks on their heads. The mastermind behind it all was her grandfather, not the Raven King at all. The destruction of Dreamland was also due to false accusations and the loss of his family. It's all deception!
In the end, you also fell for it.
From the beginning, he didn't believe her words. He only played along to exploit her power. Furthermore, she would be the crucial factor in making his elixirs even stronger. The most despicable enemy has always been the one closest to me. I won't forgive you.
Get her quickly.
The gate! Open now! Oh, Ryan! Unsettled about Peony and always longing for her, Ryan silently watched from outside the gate every day. Just seeing her figure appear one more time would make the foolish boy extremely happy. When Ryan saw Peony being attacked by floral soldiers, he didn't hesitate and immediately stepped forward to protect her.
Don't touch Peony.
You're just a weak mortal! You could lose your life! No! Peony was filled with pain and madness, seeing that fragile figure collapse.
Don't cry, milady.
You fool! How can you still speak at a time like this? Suddenly, a raven feather emerged from Ryan's chest, glowing brightly. A raven feather! Could it be that Ryan is... The surge of powerful magic transformed Ryan into the Raven King of legends.
I'm not a human. Why?
The magical tears and intense desire for love towards Peony unlocked his true form. Peony realized that she was the reason behind Ryan's corruption 500 years ago. Perhaps in the past, she had to leave, leading Ryan to seek revenge obsessively. Ryan, I really don't know what to do anymore. If she found a way to defeat the chief, it would mean the end of descendants like her, and the Floral clan would be wiped out. However, if she let him continue his actions unchecked, a terrible catastrophe would befall Dreamland. The inevitable battle among her, Ryan, and the chief was unavoidable. But as long as Peony remained safe, Ryan wouldn't be able to fully unleash his power to defeat the chief. For that to happen, even if it pained her greatly, she had to disappear. She needed to find a reason to keep Ryan staying temporarily. Heartbroken, she reluctantly returned to meet the chief. For the future of our clan, I'm willing to give up all my magical powers for you to take over Dreamland.
Excellent! Finally you understand!
Before bidding farewell to her floral soul, Peony secretly sent a signal to Ryan. It turned out she tricked him into believing that the chief had taken something extremely important that only she could retrieve. And when she sent the signal, Ryan would surely appear. When Ryan arrived, Peony had already retrieved her floral soul. There was one thing the chief didn't anticipate. Peony's flower soul was mixed with the magic of other floral spirits, giving her tremendous power. Entering the battle meant that she could once again travel through time, return to the future, and create a tremendous explosion, destroying everything the chief had collected.
You traitor!
You must defeat the evil! My departure is voluntary! Dreamland is innocent! Don't seek blind revenge!
Wait, milady!
Wait for me! We will meet again! When she opened her eyes, Peony found everything unfamiliar. Dreamland's scenery remained as beautiful as before the destruction. Peony hurriedly went to the main palace, where the history of the entire region was kept. 500 years ago, the cruel and wicked chief of the Floral clan was defeated by a hero named Ryan. After the battle, Ryan was gravely injured and his body was preserved and treated. The succeeding chief of the Floral clan redeemed himself by providing magical power for 500 years to protect and nurture the hero's body, awaiting his awakening. Although they no longer held the position of island rulers, the Floral clan still made significant contributions to the prosperity of the entire region. Peony knew that it was a bell signaling something. Finally, I fulfilled the promise we made 500 years ago. Upon a time, there was a tale of a kidnapped princess and the kidnapper. Ah! But this time, who was the princess?
I am the princess.
Oh, the princess was a man. So who was the kidnapper? I am Bowser, but I am not the kidnapper. How could their genders be like this? Subscribe to WOA Fairy Tales to explore more. There was hardly any princess in the world as unlikable as Princess Peach, the princess of the Mushroom Kingdom. She was arrogant, vain, stubborn, and difficult to deal with. No one could compare. Then Peach faced consequences due to her personality. Desiring the magical crown, she offended a head fairy and fell under a dreadful curse. If you love the crown so much, let it stick to your head. As long as it's there, no boy will ever love you. I don't believe it! But Peach had to believe when the curse started to take effect. Out of respect for the king, the princess's father, the head fairy, offered a way to break the curse. Would the curse be broken when I meet a kind hero who accepts and loves me? If we talk about heroes, is anyone more famous than Mario now? His fame was legendary, making young hearts swoon.
But meeting Mario is challenging. I heard that you need to schedule an entire year in advance.
Don't worry, Father. Let me handle it. At that moment, the only one daring to kidnap Peach was Bowser, the king of the Koopa tribe, a rumored foolish villain. Lately, he was troubled by his sickly turtles, rolling over and lying on their backs. Peach spread the rumor that her crown had the power to cure all ailments, but to obtain it, he had to bring her along. As predicted, that night, Peach fell asleep, sitting proudly in Bowser's castle. Bowser disappointed Peach initially. He didn't look like much of a villain.
I invited the princess here just to cure my Koopa troop. It's so easy.
Of course not.
Why? Why not?
Listen, everything I said was a lie, and you fell for it, you fool. My crown? You can't even think about touching it. The provocation succeeded, and Bowser went mad.
Don't dare challenge me. Touch.
That horrifying event turned the once beautiful and arrogant Peach into a real man. In contrast, the rough Bowser transformed into an enchanting and captivating lady.
What?
After hours of madness, chaos, and heartache, the unlucky duo decided to find Mario, the hero mentioned in the curse. Do not reveal that I am Bowser! Call me Bowsette! Finding the charming Mario was not easy at all. All the places where Bowsette and Peach heard Mario was spotted turned out to be false information. So you weren't the first one to come up with this kidnapping idea?
Rapunzel, couldn't you just let down your hair onto this branch to escape? Is the tower really that tall?
Come on, if I did that, how could I wait for Mario to come and rescue me? Even Snow White, the apple-loving girl, wasn't that desperate. But she still insisted on waiting for Mario to wake her with a kiss. In the end, Peach was the one who made the most effort to change their narrow-minded thinking.
Instead of relying on others, why don't we decide our own fate?
Exactly! If you had done that and searched for Mario, we wouldn't be in this mess now! However, despite trying to change their mindset, the girls fell head over heels for Peach's grace and handsomeness. In fact, Bowsette was resented for daring to come close to the dream guy of those girls. Bowsette laughed disdainfully, considering girls to be too complicated, until he too was surrounded by guys expressing blind adoration. Peach had to intervene to save him. At that moment, Bowsette realized that the previously unpleasant princess had some intriguing aspects. Conversely, Peach also saw Bowsette. Well, despite being under a fragile girl's appearance, he fearlessly charged into battles, rescuing her from danger multiple times. Finally, they encountered Mario when they fell into a dangerous trap in a peculiar forest.
I heard someone calling my name, right? Yes, the hero Mario is here.
Mario appeared, excited and agile, swiftly rescuing Bowsette.
Oh look, what about me? I am the one you need to rescue, heroic one. Sorry, I am tired and can only rescue beautiful girls.
Only when Peach held on to him and recounted the entire story of the magical crown and the swapping did Mario reluctantly agree to free Peach and take her back to his pipe factory. However, the despair for Peach and Bowsette was that not even the famous hero Mario could remove the crown.
It seems we were wrong. Mario is not the hero mentioned in the curse. Let's go, Bowsette! If you want to go, then go. So what? All right then, if I can't get the crown, I will have to destroy the princess. Too bad. I heard she used to be a great beauty.
At that moment, Peach and Bowsette discovered Mario's deceitful nature. With no other choice, they had to cooperate and try their best to escape from his territory. During the struggle, they accidentally toppled a hidden room, revealing the previously kidnapped girls Peach and Bowsette had met. Turns out, Mario was a playboy, using the rescue act to deceive young hearts. The girls finally understood the meaning of Peach's advice to them. Together, they stood strong, helping Bowsette and Peach confront Mario. Though the victory started to lean towards Peach and Bowsette, Mario didn't show any signs of tension.
Impressive, huh? But if Princess Peach doesn't surrender, I will just press this button, and the destruction missile will fly straight to flatten the Mushroom Kingdom.
Peach had the duty of protecting her people as a princess. No!
Forgive them, and I will obediently listen to you. Fine. Even without those fake imitations, they are useless anyway. But you must give up all those inventions. Who knows what happens if you turn things around again?
However, Mario didn't know that Peach still had one final item, the Super Speed Mushroom. Thanks to the Super Speed Mushroom, Peach ran like a storm towards Mario, snatching the remote control from him. Unintentionally, during the struggle, accidentally the control was pressed, activating the missile. At that critical moment, Bowsette bravely rushed to stop the missile, but it didn't change the outcome. In the face of danger, Bowsette bit his lips and removed his turtle shell. It contained all of his power, the ability to enlarge and envelop everything. Luckily, The turtle shell provided some protection, and the missile's explosion wasn't too devastating. We did it! We escaped! Bowsette is amazing! However, they couldn't celebrate for long, as without the turtle shell, Bowsette couldn't exist.
What's happening? How can I be like this, Bowsette?
For the first time in their long journey, they no longer quarreled with each other. You did great. I'm sorry. I can't continue to accompany you. Please continue on your path to break the curse.
No! Without you, I can't do anything!
Peach, do you remember what you told the girls? Each person can become a hero in their own life. I really like you. Miraculously, a bright line shone and spread everywhere. When the light faded away, Princess Peach returned to her beautiful appearance, and Bowser turned back into his imposing and powerful form with his shell on his back. And what about Mario, the fake hero? Ahem! He received a lesson from the girls and revealed his deceitfulness in front of all the people across the kingdoms. Wait, why was the curse broken? After their long journey, Peach and Bowser proved that even a proud and weak princess like Peach or a villain like Bowser from the rumors could become heroes. And their true love for each other left no doubt. Today's story concludes. Thank you for your support. Each view is a tremendous encouragement for us to create more interesting new stories. Don't forget...
Upon a time.
Ah! No! No! What is it? Oh my! It's taking me away! It's okay. It can't see me. Ah! What kind of place is this? Where are you going, weirdo?
Subscribe to the WOA Fairy Tales channel.
Leave me alone! Sandy! Mom! It's Mom! Are you really here?
No, your mother is no longer here. Look there.
Huh? No! No! It can't be! Mom!
This is Sandy, a girl haunted by nightmares every night.
Sandy, why haven't you woken up yet? Do you know that?
I know! I know!
Sandy's nightmares originate from real life. Her mother passed away a long time ago, and our little girl couldn't reconcile with her father. Sandy's life at school wasn't any better. She was often teased by her friends. Gradually, Sandy became isolated, self-conscious, and doubtful of herself.
Where did you put your eyes and nose, you weirdo?
Sandy's life became burdened, both in reality and in her nightmares, and it seemed like it would continue forever if it weren't for that fateful day. A royal messenger came to Sandy's school to announce a royal dance competition. Having a natural talent for dancing, this was an opportunity for Sandy to break free from her insecurities. Unfortunately, Sandy was too timid to seize the opportunity.
Well, well, well! Look at what our weirdo's planning to do, everyone!
The girl allowed herself to be consumed by embarrassment and doubt, taking over her mind. That night, as usual, Sandy was bound to encounter a nightmare, but not this time.
Wake up, little girl, wake up!
Sandy had a strange dream she had never experienced before.
Where am I? And who are you? This is the dream world, and I am Baku, the Dream Eater. I have devoured all of your nightmares. Reality influences dreams, and people create their own dreams. That's why you often have nightmares. So I want to give you a gift.
The artifact that Sandy held was the Sandbag of Dreams. It granted people the ability to modify dreams according according to their desires, with the only limitation being their imagination. Now, Sandy could create beautiful things in her dreams, in stark contrast to her daytime life filled with sadness.
Just throw a handful of sand, think about what you want, and all the worries will vanish.
She longed to stand on a stage, but her shyness held her back in the real world. However, in the dream world, Sandy transformed it exactly as she desired. She became a beautiful princess in the kingdom of swans, and she had to perform in the dance competition before the whole kingdom. In the audience, Sandy recognized familiar faces. Unlike in real life, they cheered enthusiastically for Sandy, giving her the confidence she had never felt during the day. As if fueled by newfound strength, Sandy performed graceful dance moves that had been hidden due to the shyness and self-doubt. It had been a long time since Sandy felt such happiness. She easily captivated everyone with her innate talent.
Wake up, Sandy! It's morning!
However, this was just a dream, and Sandy couldn't immerse herself in it forever.
It's the sandbag! The Baku was real!
Sandy couldn't help but be excited about tonight's dream. But her excitement was quickly overshadowed by fatigue from the moment she woke up. And Sandy felt even worse when...
What are you going to perform? A bookworm's dance?
Insecure from being teased by her friends, Sandy yearned for happiness in her fantasies. That night, she once again used the gift given by Baku.
Don't worry, tiredness is just a side effect. It will disappear quickly. But it always ends up the same. No matter how I dream, my friends in the real world are still the same.
But Sandy didn't know that Baku could pull others into her dreams. Sandy transformed herself into a warrior princess in the underwater kingdom. Her friends became loyal generals under her command, obeying her orders and no longer mocking her like in the real world. When the underwater kingdom was attacked, Sandy courageously led them to fight against the evil pirates.
Yeah.
Instead of being timid in reality, in the dream world, Sandy fought bravely and defeated the pirates, saving the other fishes in her friends' admiration. Receiving cheers for her heroic deeds, Sandy could freely converse with her friends without being teased. But of course, every dream had to come to an end. Sandy felt even more exhausted than the previous day, as if loneliness and despair engulfed her. There was something very strange. Sandy's friends no longer teased her, but because of the dream, they were afraid and reluctant to interact with her. Lost in thought, Sandy slowly made her way home, determined not to use the sandbag anymore. But...
Why are you coming home at this hour?
I'm tired. Sorry, Dad.
No excuses. Do you know that?
Why do you have to be like this, Dad? Why can't you just leave me alone? Mom never did that. You don't understand anything.
That night, once again, Sandy used the sandbag to forget the real world pain. She became a beautiful princess in the Rainbow Kingdom. Sandy lived a prosperous life, surrounded by loyal subjects. She had everything she wanted and lacked nothing in this dream. But most importantly, in this dream, Sandy had a warm family. She had asked Baku to bring her father into the dream. And she even used the sandbag to create the presence of her deceased mother.
It's been so long since I had such a good meal. You're happy, aren't you, little girl?
Baku seemed to grow bigger and more peculiar. But Sandy didn't care about Baku's transformations because she was immersed in the happiness of the dream.
Sandy, my dear, what is this?
Father and daughter's love pulled Sandy's father out of Baku's control.
It has been told for a long time. I've heard it. That monster, it will devour dreams and even hope and happiness.
It gave me happiness, something you couldn't do. You control even my dreams. I don't want to see you anymore.
The sandbag and the monster, they heard Sandy's wish. The next day, Sandy woke up, not only tired, but also desperate and in pain. She went to school without noticing her father's absence.
Why is our house so dark now?
It turned out her father had been asleep since the previous night, and no matter how Sandy called, he remained in a deep slumber, as if forever lost. Sandy suddenly remembered Baku's strange behavior, and her words in the dream the day before. Perhaps this was the reason. Despite being exhausted, Sandy decided to use the sandbag to enter the dream one last time. One final time. She quickly found her father in the dream, and someone very familiar.
Why are you so strict? Sandy is just a child.
I have to be. I want her to toughen up. I love that little girl. I can't lose her, like you.
Dad! Here you are,
Sandy couldn't believe it. Her mother was actually the monster Baku. It lured Sandy into creating beautiful dreams, only to devour her hopes and happiness that she invested in those false dreams.
You're drowning in fake happiness. You didn't notice my changes. You have to pay.
Now that it had enough power, Baku would devour the souls of both Sandy and her father. Sandy instinctively used the sandbag to fight against Baku. But of course, nothing happened. Without the sandbag, Sandy was nothing.
Let him go!
Inspiration filled Sandy's eyes as she watched her father grow weaker and weaker.
Sandy, I'm sorry.
Helplessness, despair, and love overwhelmed Sandy. Now, Sandy had no wish other than to save her father.
Let him go!
A surge of power from an unknown source helped Sandy rescue her father in an instant.
Reality influences dreams. People create their own dreams.
That's right. This is my dream, where I can do anything, where I can create my own dreams.
Sandy's willpower became extraordinarily strong. She transformed into a graceful swan princess, performing enchanting ballet moves to push back the monster. Hope and self-confidence surged within Sandy. She continued to transform into a mermaid and harnessed the power of the sea. Sandy's tsunami swept Baku away, pushing it back to where it belonged. And she transformed into a rainbow princess, delivering the final blow to Baku.
Take that!
Sandy, my dear!
Sandy's father recovered after she defeated Baku. At this very moment, the true owner of the Sandbag of Dreams appeared. She was the goddess of dreams. Baku was a creation that got out of hand, stealing the Sandbag of Dreams to display its power and mischief.
Actually, didn't the little girl defeat the monster herself?
Sandy's father and daughter left the dream without knowing that Sandy's mother was, in fact, Baku. It was the goddess who transformed into Baku to help Sandy have confidence in herself. After the dream, Sandy's father understood his daughter better. Sandy also understood that instead of escaping into illusions, she had to face difficulties with courage.
That's my friend! I study with her! She's amazing!
And Sandy, she vowed to me that when she stood on the stage, she caught a glimpse of someone who resembled her late mother, smiling kindly at her.
I am Diana. It had been nearly a year since the last time I got out of my room, and I can only live by with my little allowance. Because after many times of breaking up and being pranked by my colleagues, I don't have enough courage to go out there and contact with anyone. Only the comic books now can soothe my hurtful soul. I finished reading another story, the 100th or 200th story, something like that. I can't remember anymore. The author of this book really pissed me off. He made a character with my name become a villain, Princess Diana Astor. She had everything, except for the intelligence. She was foolish. She made it all the way to fight for a prince which didn't love her. Then she had to pay a dark price for it. If I were Diana... Wait, what? Is it blood? My head aches again. This condition of mine lasts for so long, but I don't even want to go out to the hospital. Princess? Princess, are you all right? What's happening? Where am I? Thank God the princess woke up! That stinky slave dared bump into you insolently. Please punish him hard. Why does she always call me princess? That background is so familiar. I probably saw it somewhere.
Princess Diana, are you all right? Please forgive me for not being able to control that insolent slave.
He just called me Princess Diana? Is there any way, by somehow, I went to the book and became Princess Diana Astor, the daughter of Count Astor, the wealthiest person in this kingdom? Great! Now I just have to enjoy that wealthy life and don't have to scare off anyone who will bully me. If you're all right, we just quickly come back and prepare for the tea party this afternoon? Right. Everything will start from this tea party. Diana will meet Prince Basil and fall in love with him, but he only loves her cousin Selena. No. It's really hard to have a wealthy life. I won't let it end up so soon like this. That if I don't meet him, the tragedy will never happen. Senya, bring all the gold in the vault here. All of the gold? But for what? Today I will go to charity. So, how about the tea party? I won't go there anymore. Right, about that servant. Buy him back and free him. Unbelievable, too much gold. Even if it's just half of a vault. I spent all day to give them away. But it's not over. And the Astor family still has 20 more vaults. Even I knew before about the wealth of Astor family. But I am still astonished when seeing that huge amount of gold.
Princess? Huh? The Count has just come here to see you.
What? Why does he come here? That circumstance wasn't mentioned in the comic book. Are there new things happening when I don't follow the storyline? Maybe he came here to blame me for not attending the tea party and even wasting the gold? What should I do now? Or I just admit first and plan later?
Diana!
My Count! I mean, my father! I'm sorry for not attending the tea party and wasting your money.
What did you just say, Anne?
I'm sorry for...
No, before that, what did you call me?
My father...
That's it. It's been so long since the last time you called me father, my good daughter.
And how about...
Oh, if you don't want, you don't need to go there. And when you gave away the gold for the citizen, you did a very good job. The fame of Astor family will be spread further, and it's good for our other businesses. You're really matured, Diana. Your mother in heaven will be proud of you.
Yes, father!
All right, it's also late. Get some rest, my daughter.
I forget that the Count really pampers Princess Diana. Maybe that's why she's so uncontrollable. If so, I can enjoy the life here comfortably. It has been nearly a year since I became a wealthy and powerful princess from an ordinary girl. For avoiding the prince who can make me, or Diana Astor to be exact, ruin her life, I have to make myself busy with many different works. Thanks to that, I can also make many important relationships and businesses, which are really helpful to Astor family. Now I'm on the way back after attending a diplomatic party at the suburb area. I'm really eager to see the emotion of the Count when I have just brought him a couple of big contracts. What's wrong? Why do you stop? We haven't arrived yet. Who are you? What do you want to do? Who are those people? Why do they want to arrest me? Is this a kidnapping? Princess, they won't harm us, right? Rest assured, maybe they just need money. Hello, my noble cousin. Selena, why you? For a long time, I haven't fought anything with you. You are about to marry Prince Basil. What do you want from me? It's just because you don't fight for anything with me. Because you became a better person. So I have to do this terrible and evil thing. It's you who has to do those things, not me. Are you crazy, Selena? You really missed a day when you're nothing, right? Right. Although being born in Astor noble family, I'm just your shadow. I have no power in my hand. I just can show my weakness for being protected by others. You always fight for everything with me, but not for your need. It's just because you wanted to feel the victory. So I have to get married with a prince, so I will have a position for my own. I have been always worried that you would steal him from me. Luckily, you didn't intend to do that. I was really happy, and I wanted to thank you for that. But easy come, easy go. Recently, Prince Basil started to be cold to me. Instead of that, he's really interested in the good things you've done. He even wanted to cancel his marriage with me. So I need to make you disappear. Then the prince will love only me. You're foolish, Selena. If you harm me, the Count will never let you off. For what? You was accidentally harmed by the robbers. Meanwhile, I'm still ill and bedridden. You're so cunning. You prepared for this day, so you pretended to be sick. Enough talking. Goodbye, my beloved cousin. Just do it. What can it be? I tried everything just to have a peaceful life. Why do the life always be unfair with me like that?
Capture them all!
Princess, there's someone who came to rescue us! Right, capture them all! How dare they kidnap me and Princess Diana? Still have Selena, don't let her escape! Let's see how the Count will punish you all!
Princess Astor, are you alright?
Who are you? Why do you know me?
I'm Prince Galvin from the neighboring kingdom. Do you remember the slave that you saved from a year ago?
You are that slave? But how could everything be like that?
A year ago, I traveled everywhere to discover new things. Unluckily, I was robbed by bad guys. They even sold me to the traffickers. If that day you didn't save me, I'm afraid. Luckily, later when I was on my way to the city, I discovered and stopped their intentions.
Right. In the comic book, I remember that Diana that year punished that slave. Later on, when he was the prince again, he came back and punished Diana, along with Prince Basil. Fortunately, I felt pity and freed him that time. Then I can escape from this dangerous situation. Thank you for saving me, Prince.
I just returned you favor before. It looks like your hand has been wounded. Let me help.
Under the protection of Prince Galvin, I could come back home safely. I hand over Selena to Prince Basil as a favor for her. The prince might be gentle to her. If the Count knows it, a daughter maniac like him, I don't want to think about the consequences that she will have to suffer. Princess! Princess, it's not good! What makes you so panicked? I just heard that the prince had taken away the noble honor of Selena and sold her as a slave. No way! Quickly stop them. Don't let them sell Selena. I will go and see the prince to ask. In the end, what kind of person is Prince Basil? Isn't that he is a person who values relationships? Why could he be so cruel?
Oh, it's my pleasure to be visited by Princess Diana Astor.
How could you be so cruel? No matter what happened, Selena is a noble girl from Astor family. Are you trying to end up her life while making her become a slave?
I don't have any other choice. I just abide by the rules. But if you're warm-hearted like that, I will let you decide, okay? Stop talking about it. I have a more important thing to discuss with you. It's about our wedding.
What? Which wedding?
Sorry for not having the chance to tell you. Royal family and Astor family had an arranged engagement before, but you always avoided me just because of that. Selena had the chance to approach me, but I don't have any feeling with her. I just admire you, my beautiful and talented Princess Diana.
There will be no engagement here at all. I will never marry you. I have nothing to do here. Goodbye.
You make me feel hurtful, Princess Diana.
Huh? What do you want? Why do you block me?
Of course, I want to marry you, and I think you are not allowed to deny Diana.
What? A person looks exactly like me?
I didn't really want to do this, but rest assured, I just let her replace you until the wedding finish. Anyway, I prefer your real personality. Bring Princess Diana back to her room to get some rest. Remember to watch her out.
Huh? Unbelievable! What the hell is going on with this story? Is there any way that when there is no longer a main villain, the main characters also gradually change? My life from the real life to the book, why is it always bad? I tried to avoid everything. If so, this time I will try facing it! How stupid these guards are! Just a small trick and I could fool them! Let go of me! Let go of me!
Princess Diana, it's me, Galvin.
Prince Galvin, why are you here?
Later, I passed by to visit Count Astor. By the way, I asked him about you, and I knew that you had rushed to the palace. And when you're back, I saw you go with Prince Basil. That girl didn't look like she knew me, and she didn't have any wound on her hand. So I knew that's not you. Then I came here to see.
Basil wants to use that fake one to arrange the marriage between me and him. I don't know why he'd do that.
It's the gold of Astor family. The royal family budget had soon be wasted, so it would be drained soon, but no one knew it. Years ago, the king borrowed us a large amount of gold, and now it's time to pay back. This time, I come here for that.
So at first he aimed at Selena because he thought it would be easy to take advantage of her and get the gold. But Selena has no power in the family, so he determined to aim at me. We have to stop him quickly.
Lady?
What's up?
Lady, wake up! Can you hear me?
What's wrong? This is my room. Is there any way what I have just experienced is just a dream? But I feel that it was real.
You all right? Later, the delivery man discovered that you had been fainted, so I had to enter your room without permission.
Who are you?
Oh, I'm Galvin, a post-graduated doctor. I just moved here, staying next to your room.
Galvin? Book? Where is my comic book?
Hey, hold on, you haven't fully recovered?
Indeed, that's not a dream. The storyline has been changed. Basil was dethroned and punished. Astor Noble agreed to help the royal family overcome that difficult period. Princess Diana and Prince Galvin fell in love with each other. That's great!
What's wrong?
I've just realized that avoiding is never the best solution. Then I will go out there and face it. And Galvin, thank you so much. You really saved my life.
Barbie will forever cherish the moment she came into existence. She opened her eyes in a dim and dusty factory, and the first person she laid eyes upon was Seth. She was his masterpiece, a flawless human-like doll of mesmerizing beauty. Seth breathed life into Barbie, transforming her into a doll with a beating heart, capable of experiencing human emotions. Join WOA Fairy Tale to discover what happens next. In the following days and months, Barbie lived joyously by Seth's side. He meticulously cared for her, brushing her hair every day and dressing her in the most extravagant gowns. Seth loved Barbie so much that he made her the standard for creating Barbie World. A world filled with stunning human-like dolls that could move and converse like real people. In Barbie World, beauty was revered, and Barbie, being the most beautiful doll, was deeply respected, second only to Seth. Seth possessed many exquisite dolls, yet he always showered Barbie with his special attention and care, despite being closely controlled in her actions, gestures, and appearance. Barbie reassured herself that she was truly happy by Seth's side. One day, Livia, a doll who had always been envious of Barbie's beauty, asked Seth to alter her face. And now she looked even more flawless than Barbie.
Look at Livia! It's as if her face had been magically transformed. She looks so stunning! I wish I could have my face altered like Livia.
You're beautiful, Livia. Your perfect face shows that my factory is becoming increasingly advanced.
Thank you, Seth. You truly are the best. Seth, have you finished making my new dress?
Can you see I'm busy? Leave, Barbie.
Is she that important to you? I am your most perfect creation.
No, I'm still not entirely satisfied with your appearance.
Not satisfied? Then go ahead and fix my face. Keep fixing it until I become the most beautiful.
Seth examined Barbie and remarked that her face could still be even more beautiful. Her nose needed to be higher, her eyes needed to be larger, and there were many things that needed fixing. Barbie suddenly felt an urge of insecurity because she had always believed she was already perfect, never realizing her own flaws. A technical glitch had occurred in the factory, affecting Barbie's face by half.
What has happened, Seth?
I'm sorry, but now you hold no value to me, nor do you meet the standards to remain in Barbie World.
Please don't banish me from Barbie World. This life means everything to me.
Don't you understand? Your face is ruined. Put on the mask and leave. Don't make me see your ugliness.
After leaving, Barbie wandered into the dark land where only imperfect dolls resided. She discovered that these were the discarded creations secretly tormented by Seth. It turned out that the success rate of facial modifications at Seth's factory was low, resulting in many failures. In this place, the rejected dolls lived freely, expressing themselves through art, dance, and creating a society that did not prioritize beauty and rejected control. Therefore, no one wanted to return to Barbie World. Suddenly, a black hole appeared, tearing through the stillness.
Who are you? Why do you look exactly like me? That's exactly what I was going to ask. I am Barbie. I am Barbie too. I don't understand at all. Out of the blue, I was happily playing in Pink World when I got sucked into a black hole and ended up here. I have never heard of Pink World before. Could it be that I have stepped into a parallel universe? Well, no matter what, we are here now. Let's explore this place for the time being.
both of them began to stroll around the land of discarded dolls.
Look at those toy bulls! They look so delightful! Want to give it a try? Are you insane? They look intimidating!
Ignoring Barbie's objections, Replica Barbie persisted in pulling her towards the bulls. At first, Barbie felt a bit apprehensive, but as soon as she mounted the bull, she burst into laughter and felt exhilarated. Replica Barbie started sharing numerous tales of her past adventures with Barbie. Barbie felt that she had led a meaningful and courageous life, truly deserving of admiration. Both of them rode the bulls back to the junkyard. They immersed themselves in the music. It was the first time Barbie felt the freedom to do whatever she pleased. She dared to engage in daring activities, like archery and horseback riding. Things that Seth had always forbidden her to do. Barbie tore her gown because it was too constricting, and for the first time, she experienced the true meaning of freedom. Barbie shared with Replica Barbie everything, revealing that she used to be a former beauty icon and had lost everything due to a foolish accident.
What does this flower mask signify? I don't know, but it seems to be Seth's symbol. Every doll bears this flower mark.
Replica Barbie began to question the danger posed by Seth. She proposed that they both return to the factory to uncover the truth and find a way to restore Barbie's appearance. Upon their arrival at Barbie World, they encountered two vigilant dolls guarding the door. The two dolls rushed forward, intending to capture Barbie. In a swift motion, Replica Barbie leaped to her defense, employing extraordinary combat skills to swiftly subdue the guards. Barbie looked at Replica Barbie with a deep appreciation, realizing she had found a steadfast and trustworthy friend. Both of them stealthily entered, but couldn't locate the reconfiguration chamber, so they descended to the basement. Replica Barbie discovered a pulsating crystal orb of enchantment positioned in the center of the room. She cautiously touched it, feeling an immense surge of energy that flung her backwards.
Barbie, are you all right? I'm fine. What in the world is this mysterious sphere?
At last, you've both arrived. You've fallen into my trap.
Seth began to divulge his true nature. Once, he was a renowned doll artisan. Driven by an insatiable desire for beauty, he delighted in crafting exquisite life-size models. However, Seth had never found fulfillment in these creations. To him, dolls, no matter how beautiful, were merely inanimate objects. Seth delved into the dark arts of black magic and learned about the soul-stealing spell that could bring spirits of young departed girls back to life within dolls. Every night, he would venture to the cemetery, capturing the souls of these troubled girls who couldn't find peace in the mortal realm. Seth built a doll factory. He created Barbie and infused her with the soul of a young girl. When revived, Barbie had no recollection of her past life. Seth repeated the same process with other dolls in Barbie World. He inscribed a magical flower seal on the dolls' hands to exert control over them, making everyone worship him and never leave Barbie World. The magic sphere served as his control device. Seth knew that the doll manufacturing process still had limitations, and excessive alterations to their appearance could lead to deformities. He realized that what the factory needed was the capture of a courageous soul, someone talented and beautiful, confident and unafraid, capable of generating extraordinary power to purify the world from ugliness. Seth discovered that such a soul belonged to Replica Barbie from a parallel universe, so he created a black hole to draw Replica Barbie into his world. Although he could only establish a link between the two worlds, he couldn't bring the black hole all the way to the doll factory. Nevertheless, he believed that Replica Barbie would really help someone in distress, especially a different version of herself from a parallel universe. He intentionally brought Barbie to the realm of discarded dolls, using the flower seal to track their progress and wait for them at the factory.
You wretched being! Prepare to feel my wrath!
Believe me, Barbie, aid me in the capturing the soul of another Barbie. I can restore your visage and grant beauty to these forsaken dolls, transforming everyone in the world into breathtaking beings. Ha 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 ha!
Don't listen to him, Barbie!
Seth felt pleased that Barbie still obeyed his commands, but to his surprise, Barbie turned around and shattered Seth's magic sphere. As it turned out, the encounter with Replica Barbie and the experience of freedom had deeply touched Barbie's soul. Her genuine emotions broke free from Seth's control, shattering the seal of the flower imprint he had created. Outside, the other dolls awakened from their enchantment and rushed into the magic factory. Barbie longed to liberate the dolls from the grip of Seth's dark power. She was determined to reveal the truth.
The world everyone lives in is nothing but deception! Superficial beauty that people believe in is merely a shallow perspective, blinding them to Seth's manipulations! Let's destroy this factory together! Let's break free from his control!
Don't listen to her. She's just a defective product. I can make everyone more beautiful. In the end, beauty is the most important thing.
But perhaps the dolls no longer wanted to be controlled by Seth. They had grown weary of a life filled with manipulation, chasing after an elusive notion of beauty. The beautiful dolls began smashing the factory apart.
You foolish girl! If the factory's destroyed, your face will remain disfigured forever. Don't you want to return to the perfect life you once had?
True beauty lies in being oneself. I won't let you impose your harsh standards on me anymore.
Don't forget, you're just a doll I created. Without me, you're nothing.
Barbie, be careful. No! Barbie!
The factory exploded, turning into a magical dust that scattered around, filling the air with enchantment. Seth's magic was shattered, and Barbie's face transformed back to its former beauty.
Look, Barbie, I'm so happy. You helped me find freedom, helped me change. I'm truly grateful to you.
It was Seth's spirit, having found refuge within an unfinished female doll. Seth, feeling ashamed, had been defeated and now appeared incredibly ugly.
Seth? Is that you?
Don't look at me! Are you gloating? Now I am truly hideous. No need to chase me away. I'll leave immediately.
Wait, don't go! Regardless, I owe you gratitude for giving me life. As long as you've realized your mistakes, you can stay here.
I apologize. I'm truly unworthy of your kindness.
From that moment on, Seth redeemed himself. Using his magic, he created a black hole to send Replica Barbie back to her own universe. From then on, Barbie World welcomed back the discarded dolls, and everyone lived happily together. How were the children brought into the world? In the land of magical fairies, there existed an annual festival. Families who wished for children would come to the sacred tree on this day, and there they would collect eggs to care for at home. This year, even the king and queen took part as one of the participating couples. hundreds of colorful eggs overflowed, stirring their hearts with excitement. The queen's gaze, however, was fixated on a single plain egg, seemingly forgotten in a distant corner. The solitude of this egg touched the hearts of the queen and the king. They decided to choose it.
Have you decided to choose this little one?
Let's go home together.
Without any alteration, just 3 months later, they would have a beautiful white butterfly princess or prince. What would this butterfly's appearance be like? Subscribe now to WOA Fairy Tales to find out. However, what the royal family didn't anticipate was that from that egg, a spider fairy emerged instead of a butterfly.
Father? Mother?
After overcoming their initial shock, the king and queen still chose to love her spider daughter.
Oh, little Nomi, no matter what you are, we will always love you.
But Nomi's grandmother held a different view, being demanding and valuing royalty above all else. She did not show any affection towards her. Living amidst a beautiful swarm of butterflies, despite her parents' constant efforts to comfort her, Nomi, an outsider, still experienced moments of loneliness. As time passed, the love of the king and queen had to be shared with another child on the next child-receiving day. This time, the king and queen had a true beautiful fairy, Adela, Nomi's younger sister. Unlike the gentle and timid Nomi, Adela was mischievous and full of energy. Adela even joined in the teasing of her older sister, echoing the rumors she heard.
Adela, you shouldn't behave like that. Children teasing each other. What harm does it bring? Don't make our beautiful Adela afraid.
As the years passed, the two children grew. Their contrasting personalities became more apparent.
Truly my granddaughter. If only your older sister had half of your liveliness, it would ease my heart.
If I mimic Adela, will my parents and grandmother love me as they love her?
Yet, this possibility seemed far-fetched, as Adela would immediately shy away in embarrassment whenever Nomi attempted to befriend her. This led to an unintentional incident, where Nomi's attempt to mimic Adela became a subject of laughter among their peers. Despite this, Nomi still loved and admired Adela. Once, Nomi forgot herself and instinctively to catch Adela before she fell during a performance.
It's spider silk! Princess Nomi shot out spider silk!
Since then, Nomi became an outcast among the fairies, avoided by all. Naturally introverted, Nomi withdrew even further. Yet, this gave her the freedom to be herself without pretense. During her lonely days, Nomi discovered her love for sewing. From then on, Nomi's designs grew in fame, spanning from dresses to silk and accessories. Even Adela couldn't deny her sister's talent.
Unbelievable! This spider fairy creates such beautiful dresses.
Exactly! If she weren't a spider, she could have played with us!
Their admiration was directed at Nomi's creations, not her as a person. One day, the fairy butterfly clan welcomed a special guest.
I mean no harm. I am Nomi's mother.
Lies! How could you have lost her? Nomi's our daughter, the butterfly princess.
I didn't mean for this to happen. It's my fault. I accidentally lost her that year. For all these years, I've been tormented, losing sleep and appetite, hoping to find her again.
Regardless, the truth is that Nomi has become a butterfly princess. With the tensions between our clans, it's better for you to leave.
But was she ever happy here? Or was she just an outsider to you?
Dear parents, she's right. I'm not a butterfly fairy. I better leave.
And so, with Nomi's decision, after the Grand Spring Festival, she would return to the land of the spiders with her birth mother. During her final days among the butterfly clan, Nomi felt the love and care from everyone. Even her grandmother, who had always disliked her as an outsider, seemed somewhat less cold towards her. Until a horrifying event shook their world. Overnight, all the spring blossoms that the butterfly clan had nurtured were destroyed.
The spider did this.
No, it wasn't me. Father, Mother, please believe me. That's right. There must be a misunderstanding.
However, Nomi couldn't defend herself when a fairy stood up and accused her of sneaky actions the previous night.
Please, let me help everyone fix the consequences.
Don't make matters more complicated.
Alone that night, Nomi burst into tears. Nomi, however, couldn't explain that she had secretly met her mother that night. Her mother was the Spider Queen. If she revealed herself without permission, a war between the clans would break out. Then, a letter from her mother arrived, outlining a plan to clear Nomi's name by shifting the blame onto Adela, the proud fairy who had bullied her. The day of the final festival arrived. Adela insisted on wearing the dress Nomi had prepared for her performance. Spider Queen chuckled as her plan was near completion.
Well done, my dear. Just wait until she starts singing. My rain-making army will activate. The dress woven from unique silk will get wet, releasing toxic fumes that will destroy everything, right?
Well, what?
The raindrops simply caused Adela's dress to emanate a radiant rainbow glow, attracting bees that help the flowers bloom.
Spring has come! It's all thanks to Nomi's hard work.
Nomi had never followed her mother's plan. That night, Adela had come to her room and confessed her trust in her sister. Adela had always been grateful to Nomi for saving her, but hadn't expressed it due to her own insecurities. They devised a plan together to thwart the Spider Queen while ensuring the festival's success.
How dare you! I'm your real mother! At the times when I needed you most, where were you? I figured it all out. You're just using me. But the butterfly family always cared for me, even though it wasn't always easy.
Would you like to visit Nomi? Take this with you. It's Nomi's favorite food.
Indeed, Nomi remained a cherished member of the butterfly clan.
What's wrong being a spider? She's kind and much better than all of you. Give that back.
Perhaps I should have thrown you into the butterfly clan, you useless.
Realizing she could no longer depend on Nomi, the Spider Queen gave signal and revealed her true intent army. Nomi also firmly assisted her parents in defending against the spider swarm. In the face of danger, the butterfly parents stood by Nomi's side. Even in the sneak attack of the Spider Queen, Adela was knocked down while trying to save her sister.
Sister, I'm sorry. I'm glad to be her sister.
The villain was punished, and though Princess Adela couldn't witness it, her body didn't dissolve but transformed into a beautiful rainbow egg. Nomi, with the help of a rainbow dress she wove, had shielded Adela's soul from the spider's venom, enabling her resurrection.
Let's go home together.
In the days leading up to Adela's return, Nomi was welcomed and embraced as a savior by the butterfly clan. Using her powers, she not only crafted countless beautiful dresses, but also enhanced the productivity of the butterfly community. And so, a happily ever after ending was woven into their lives.
beautiful Princess Psyche, the youngest princess loved by the king. Princes of neighboring countries eagerly asked to marry her with countless precious wedding presents, but Psyche still refused. She wanted to find a true and sincere love. One day, Psyche was absorbed in following a 7-color butterfly and got lost deep into the forest. Suddenly, from the bushes, came a very scary sound. Psyche worriedly ran away, but unfortunately, she was tripped over a tree branch and fell to the ground. You! Who are you? I am Princess Psyche, the only daughter of the king. You must not be rude to me.
Hello, Miss Psyche. I have heard of you for a long time. You are more beautiful than rumors say.
I don't know you. Van stretched out his hand. The vine sprouted and curled around the princess. Help me! Help me! A young man appeared out of nowhere, shot an arrow into the vines, causing Van to scream in anger.
Who dares to sneak a shot at me? How brave you are! Let me teach you a lesson.
The boy's arrows were quickly brushed aside by Van. Looking at Van's rough body, he suddenly had an idea. He quickly climbed up the tree, took out 2 flints from his pocket, made fire arrows, and shot them down to where Van was reaching out his long arms to grab the young man.
It's hot!
The young man approached the princess and gently helped her up. The two fell in love at first sight. Unfortunately, Hel, that brave young man, was dumb. Hel took the princess back to the palace and said goodbye. From then on, Princess Psyche often hid from the guards to sneak out of the palace to walk with Hel. Even though they couldn't talk, they both understood each other's heart. Then one day, just returning from the palace, Psyche received news like a bolt from the blue. Van brought the princess's bracelet to propose.
This is our betrothal, Your Majesty. She has agreed to marry me.
In Wales, as long as a girl gave something of hers to a man, it meant that she had agreed to marry him. Psyche froze, checking her hand. The bracelet probably falling when she tried to chase Van away. The only person who could testify for her was Hel, but he was dumb. The pained Psyche could only cry and lock herself in her room. The king loved his daughter very much, but there was nothing he could do to save her from this marriage. The news of Princess Psyche's marriage quickly spread throughout the kingdom. Hel heard about it and went to the palace to testify. Because he couldn't speak, the soldiers stopped him right from the gate. Psyche desperately looked at the wedding dress hanging on the wall, decided to take her life away by eating the wild plant clinging to the window wall. Before she has gone forever, she heartbrokenly left a farewell letter expressing her love for Hel. Meanwhile, Hel quickly disguised himself as a guard and sneaked into the princess's room. What a pity when he came a step late.
Psyche!
The king looked at his beloved daughter, who had left the world in pain, and he collapsed.
Please take care of her body. I will find the goddess of life and ask him to connect her lifeline.
Hel overcame thousands of waves to reach the sacred tree, where there were 3 goddesses of life: goddess of past, goddess of present, and goddess of future.
Please tie Psyche's lifeline. I will pay any price for you to do it.
But all three goddesses shook her heads in denial. We can't interfere with human life. You had better go home. Go to the underworld. Steal the box containing the fire of Psyche's life. But it is forbidden to open that box in the middle of the road. Remember to bring a piece of cake for the three-headed mastiff when you go through the gate. Hel bowed his head in thanks to the goddess of the past and began his journey to the underworld again. Hel, alone, climbed the pass and waded through the forest in the dark to reach the underworld, where people were afraid just hearing the name. On the way to the underworld, he passed through a forest, accidentally encountered a tiger trying to attack an old woman. He immediately raised his bow and shot. Thank you, young man. I have nothing in return. I would be very happy if you accept this little bread and honey from me.
Oh, this is exactly what I need. Thank you very much.
Hel said goodbye to the old woman and went into the deep forest. A short distance away, he came across a witch who was being crushed by an old tree. Help me! Please help me! I give you this magic cloak. Put it on. You will become invisible. It can go anywhere if you give the order. When Hel had just walked to the door of the underworld, he heard the growl of the mastiff. Hel quickly threw a piece of bread covered with honey to the dog, causing the dog to obediently lie down to eat. Hel gently went deep inside, looking for a place to store the fireboxes of life. Among thousands of boxes, Hel finally found a box named Psyche.
I finally found you. Psyche, wait for me!
Hel, please release me! It's so dark in here. I'm scared.
That's Psyche's voice. Maybe she woke up.
Hel, it's too hot in here. Please let me go. I'm begging you. I can't take it anymore.
But the goddess of the past said I must not open this box.
That's because she wants to lock me. Please, let me go or I won't be able to return to my body. Haha, I'm finally free.
Get back to the box, Psyche.
The noise woke up the mastiff. It sniffed and chased after Hel. Hel was scared as he ran and tried to jump up to catch the fire, but unfortunately tripped and fell. His cloak came loose, revealing his body. His scream awakened the queen of the underworld. Close the door of the palace. Catch anyone who dares to come here to cause trouble. Hel was scared to see the flames floating in front of him, and quickly grabbed the cloak of invisibility and threw it at the fire.
Cloak, quickly bring the flame to the princess. Psyche, I love you.
The cloak heard Hel's command, quickly flew up, caught the fire of life, and quickly escaped from the slowly closing door.
Your Highness, I accept all punishments from you.
Very well. I will tell you the price of trespassing here. Hel was quickly tied to a hot copper pillar. Meanwhile, the cloak also brought the flame of life back to Psyche. The princess woke up to the amazement and joy of the kingdom. Unfortunately, when she returned from the dead, she forgot all her memories, even hell. Who am I? Where am I? Would hell escape from the flaming underworld to return to the princess? And would the princess remember the deep love that
The magical world of Fairywood was the home of magical creatures with special powers. Therefore, Fairywood High School, the School of Magic, is always the most coveted place, with its crucial mission to train young individuals in using magic skills in their lives. Those girls should learn how to control their power better. However, in that school, there were still exceptional cases, such as Katie, a girl with an outstanding beauty but lacking magical abilities. Believing that every child deserved a chance to learn, especially a well-behaved and kind girl like Katie, the principal agreed to admit her to the school. Nevertheless, Katie still doesn't truly believe in herself, as she feels different from everyone else in the school. One afternoon, while looking for a place to eat, a mischievous elf played a prank on her, preventing her from going anywhere. Suddenly, the elf was magically dressed in a beautiful princess gown, making him embarrassed, and he ran away.
Are you okay? That elf likes teasing beautiful girls a lot. I told Karen to give him that dress. It looks nice. Why, I haven't known you. Oh, you're the girl without magic, as the rumors say. Yeah, it's me.
They are the Fairy Meanies, a group which consisted of the 3 most beautiful, stylish, and famous girls at Fairywood High. The adorable Fairy Karen created the most dazzling clothes, but she wasn't very smart. Next was the elf Gretchen, who could hear every rumor in the school. Finally, the Vampire Queen, Regina, with the ability to manipulate and enchant. No one dared to oppose her. Regina found Katie beautiful, and, feeling sorry for her lack of magic, came up with an idea.
We want to invite you to have lunch with us every day for the rest of the week.
Oh, let me tell you one thing. Our signature color is pink.
You should know that this is an honor.
The warmth, kindness, and beautiful appearance of the Fairy Meanies made Katie want to be friends with them.
Okay, then see you tomorrow. Great, see you tomorrow.
In addition to wearing pink, the girls must always share stories with each other and not betray one another. Playing with the Fairy Meanies, Katie received enthusiastic care and support, helping her transform into a fashionable and trendy person. The 4 always had fun together and shared their story. Gradually, Katie adapted and changed, becoming more beautiful and confident. Then, no one cared that Katie didn't have magic anymore. Everyone admired her, and many boys wanted to pursue her. However, Katie secretly had feelings with another boy, the handsome and strong Aaron. People in the school noticed Aaron and Katie becoming closer, and rumors about their relationship started spreading throughout the school. And as usual, the rumor quickly reached Gretchen's ears. She quickly gathered the Fairy Meanies to talk.
Katie, I heard that you like someone. Is that true? Oh, you guys already know. It's Aaron. Oh my, is that Aaron? He used to be Regina's ex-boyfriend.
That situation made Katie uncomfortable because she didn't want her feelings to hurt Regina and affect their friendship.
Katie, it's okay. That's in the past. You just go ahead with Aaron.
Touched by Regina's kindness, Katie felt even more affectionate towards that group of sisters. To become closer to Aaron, Katie tried to create more private time for both of them by approaching and pursuing Aaron after classes. After that, Katie continued to spend time getting closer to Aaron. The two shared beautiful feelings, and Katie decided to confess her love. On the day Katie planned to confess, she confided in the fairy meanies just when Regina hadn't arrived yet, so only Karen and Gretchen knew. Both initially supported her, but suddenly Gretchen heard a strange rumor.
Look, Aaron is dating Regina again.
Gretchen quickly told Katie about the rumor she just heard, preventing her from confessing to Aaron. Katie didn't believe the rumor, but then she saw Regina holding hands with Aaron. Feeling betrayed, Katie became furious and confronted Regina, asking why she changed her previous words.
I'm just reclaiming what's mine, Katie.
After spending some time with Katie, she became more beautiful, and people started to adore her despite lacking any special abilities. This made Regina resentful and feel threatened in her position as the leader at Fairywood High. Therefore, Regina manipulated Aaron's feelings towards her to make Katie feel devastated and sad. Katie couldn't believe it, and her anger escalated to the point where she tightly grasped Regina's hand, causing her pain. Taking advantage of the situation, Regina pushed Katie away and pretended to fall to the ground to frame her.
Katie, don't be angry like that. Aaron doesn't like you. It's not my fault.
The students witnessed Katie seemingly aggressively pushing Regina down, leading to a wave of oppression against her. From that day on, Katie no longer played with the fairy meanies, and no one wanted to be near her because of the incident with Regina. At that point, she was more confident and no longer cared about what others thought. The incident was quickly forgotten as the Spring Siling Festival approached, the day when Fairywood High would vote for the girl everyone liked the most, who would then become the queen and possess the magical crown. For this queen title, Regina was the most desiring. She tried to train, maintain a low-calorie diet, and take care of herself to become the queen. Because the competition required fairness, the principal casted a spell on the entire school, prohibiting all students from using magic until the day of the festival. Katie also decided to participate in Spring Cling to assert herself and partly to hope that people would understand her true self better. On the day of the festival, everyone dressed elegantly, enjoying the festive atmosphere. And then, the most awaited moment of the night arrived, the award ceremony with the presence of the two most beautiful girls at Fairywood High, as expected, Regina and Katie.
You can't possibly win against me, Katie. Congratulations, Katie!
Regina was shocked upon hearing the result. Regina's strange behavior before the festival made Katie suspicious, and indeed, the results were manipulated by Regina. Katie was determined not to let herself be disadvantaged that time. Regina, furious, rushed to snatch the crown from Katie. Katie was cornered by Regina. Just as Regina lunged at Katie, she managed to dodge the attack, but Regina was propelled forward. At that moment, Katie, still kind-hearted, extended her hand to help Regina, but Regina, driven by greed, tried to grab the crown. The audience witnessed the entire incident and shouted vehemently against Regina.
Regina is wicked. She doesn't deserve to be the Spring Siling Queen.
The crowd's opposition infuriated Regina, prompting her to use her power to manipulate, silencing everyone.
Everyone be silent!
Katie realized Regina's intention and immediately used the magic from the crown to thwart Regina. The principal immediately sealed Regina's powers again and reclaimed the magical crown.
The Spring Sealing Queen is Katie!
Sadie became the most famous girl and an icon of the perfect girl for everyone. Regina was banned from using magic, was avoided by everyone, and faced mockery after the Spring Siling Festival.
Now no one will help you, Regina, the wicked one.
Suddenly, the mischievous elf wore in a cute princess dress, made him embarrassed, and run away once again.
Are you okay, Regina? Karen's dress looks stunning on him.
Although Regina had behaved poorly, she now received help from these friends, making Regina touched.
After all the selfish things I've done, you still forgive me? Everyone makes mistakes, Regina. What matters is that we acknowledge them and strive to be better. I'm sorry for being mean. Forgive me. Fairy meanies forever! Fairy meanies forever! Once upon a time, in a vast and magnificent forest, there stood a grand and majestic castle. It was the dwelling place of the unicorn tribe. The Unicorn King had a remarkably beautiful princess named Maya. She was cherished and doted on by her royal father. Maya was innocent and pure, to the extent that even the birds dared not sing loudly for fear of startling her. However, nobody is perfect. And Maya could be stubborn and clumsy at times, which often led to comical situations. As time passed by, Maya turned 18 and blossomed into a more beautiful and radiant young lady than ever before. Her unicorn horn shimmered in 7 dazzling colors. Nevertheless, her horn became sharper and more powerful, making people somewhat wary of being near her. During a training session, Maya accidentally injured one of her attendants with her horn. This filled Maya with deep remorse and self-doubt. Oh no! Therefore, the Unicorn King wished to find a perfect husband for Maya. Someone who could take care of her and govern the kingdom in the future.
Quickly initiate the contest to find a suitor.
Excited by the news, many princes from neighboring kingdoms visited to apply for the competition. They all hoped for a chance to catch Maya's eye. Wolf Prince Mello was the first to have an audience with Maya.
Your Majesty, beautiful Princess Maya, today I have brought you a multitude of splendid outfits made from the fur of rare creatures.
I have something for you to see as well. Maya led Mello to her dressing room. He was astounded by the extensive collection of dresses and garments she possessed. Fish Prince Eric entered with an air of arrogance. He presented Maya with precious pearls and treasures from the deep ocean.
These are the most valuable possessions of the deep ocean. If you choose me, all these treasures will belong to you.
Maya glanced at them indifferently. I already have these things. Eric felt embarrassed and quickly departed. It seemed that Maya was not attracted to material wealth. Even with all the extravagance, she longed for simple love. Father, I will seek my own destiny. I want to decide my own happiness.
Lock the princess in her chamber. She shall not set foot outside the castle.
Release me! Set me free! As night fell, Maya sat sorrowfully in a corner of her room, gazing outwards. Tears streamed down her face as she felt the suffocating control imposed by her father. The king is so controlling. I must escape from this place. Helpless, she slumped down but suddenly startled at a hoarse voice. Princess Maya! It turned out to be Amel, the elderly attendant. Amel was the closest person to Maya after her royal father. Having cared for Maya since childhood, she held a deep affection for her. Oh, Amel, princess, leave here quickly. Go seek the happiness you've longed for. Thank you, Amel. Maya felt liberated and joyfully ran out of the castle. Under the veil of a mystical night, Maya ran swiftly, not knowing where she was headed. But she believed that escaping the castle would lead her to happiness. Unexpectedly, Maya stumbled and fell into a deep pit. She struggled to find a way out. Is anyone up there? Please help! Maya cried and trembled in fear until she exhausted herself. As morning broke, Maya was awakened by loud calls.
Girl, are you all right? Girl?
Maya slowly regained her senses and looked up to find a handsome and gallant figure before her. My destiny has arrived.
Don't be afraid, girl. I will help you.
Maya's heart skipped a beat, captivated by his handsomeness. Forgetting that she needed to escape, Ricky swiftly lowered a rope to offer Maya.
Hold on to the rope tightly and climb up quickly.
She exerted all her strength to climb up. Unfortunately, her horn got caught in the rope, causing it to snap.
Are you all right? Wait for me.
Ricky quickly grabbed another rope and jumped down the pit.
Hold on to me. I will safely lift you up.
Without hesitation, Ricky embraced Maya and forcefully pushed off the pit's wall, propelling them upwards.
You've let go of your hand.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I am Ricky, the hunter of this forest. Where is your home? I will take you there.
This man must be mine. I cannot let him slip away. I am Maya, the princess of the distant castle. My father forces me to marry someone I do not love, leaving me with no choice but to leave my home. Can I stay at your home for a day? As soon as I find a new place to live, I will leave immediately.
Yes, you can stay at my house. Once your wounds have healed, I will take you back.
My plan to find a husband is about to succeed. Ricky led Maya to his home, a grand castle that was no less magnificent than where she lived. Your home is splendid. It is vast and ancient. As they ventured deep into the castle, Maya became increasingly overwhelmed. She paid special attention to a painting of a snake hanging in the center of the hall.
This painting was a birthday gift from my mother. Therefore, I cherish and value it greatly. This is your room. Feel free to make yourself at home.
This room is quite frightening. Never mind. It must be his preference. That night, Maya couldn't sleep. Restless, she went out in search of food. Passing through the grand hall of the castle, Maya was startled to find the snake on the painting had disappeared, leaving her in utter disbelief. Maya panicked and ran to find Ricky, but to her surprise, Ricky had left the castle without her knowing. Ricky! Ricky! Maya quickly returned to her securely locked room, trembling in fear. The next morning, Ricky knocked on the door and brought breakfast for Maya. She hastily recounted the strange event from the previous night.
I've brought you breakfast.
Ricky, yesterday I witnessed something very strange. The snake on the painting disappeared.
You must have been tired and dreamt it. How could a snake have come out of the painting?
Don't you believe me? Come with me. Look!
You must have been exhausted these past few days, mistaking things.
Maya couldn't accept it and was determined to find evidence. That night, unable to sleep, Maya quietly sneaked into the grand hall and waited since early. Perhaps I have been delusional. But as she was about to return to her room, she heard a noise. Maya immediately hid behind a statue and observed a terrifying scene. Ricky is the snake!
So, you've seen everything?
Maya screamed for help, but no magical intervention occurred. In her dazed state, she suddenly remembered her heavenly gift, the 7-colored unicorn horn. Surprisingly, the elderly servant Amel appeared.
Lady Amel, thank you for coming in time. Otherwise, I would never have the chance to see my father's face again.
Princess, don't be afraid. This is the safest place. Follow the escape path to escape the forest, and I will stay behind to stop him.
Don't even think about running away.
Lady Amel, save me!
Maya was shocked and couldn't believe her eyes when she realized that the elderly servant she had known for so long was actually a cunning snake, Ricky's mother. So it was Amel who intentionally opened the door for the princess to escape, then fall into a trap and be saved by Ricky. Everything had been set up. Maya regretted not listening to her father, falling for a handsome stranger, which led to this situation.
Why did you do this? It was your father who caused the death of the Snake Gang. I lost my husband, and my son lost his father. This debt your family must repay!
Maya understood that Amel's wickedness today stemmed from her own lineage.
Let me compensate for my father's actions and heal the wounds you all suffered.
It's too late now.
The only way to compensate is with a pair of horns from your family. The power and authority of the Unicorn Clan.
Ricky became weakened. He merged with Amel, transforming into a giant snake.
The debt must be repaid! Pour your anger onto me! Don't harm Maya!
The colossal snake grew even more furious. It turned back and attacked the weakened Unicorn King.
My daughter, run quickly!
No, I cannot abandon my father!
Maya used all her unicorn strength to save her father. Now, she had lost her powerful horn and became just an ordinary person. As for the Unicorn King, he was poisoned by the snake and could no longer walk.
Father, I apologize for not heeding your words and leaving the castle on my own. I now understand that you were ensuring my suitor was not an enemy of our family.
I only wanted to protect you from dark forces, but my intentions turned into control, robbing you of your freedom.
Since becoming a normal human, Maya became more skillful and no longer clumsy. The Unicorn King recognized her abilities and orchestrated Maya's love story with a poor but loving young man. After their marriage, the Unicorn King abdicated the throne in favor of Maya and her husband. They ruled the kingdom together and lived happily ever after.
Have you ever felt melancholy because you had to live the life of a supporting character? Always standing in the shadow of others' brilliance.
Hurry up, Bloom! Can't you even scatter flowers properly? Bloom, come down here!
Ordinary looks, poor talents, and an unremarkable background. Only when making a mistake might one be noticed, but that's about it. That girl was Bloom, just an ordinary person. Whether Bloom was present or not, no one seemed to notice. When given some responsibility, Bloom was always the last choice.
Again? Why are you always so slow, Bloom?
You see, it's because of me that we almost got penalized again.
As it turned out, because she had saved a little rabbit, despite the danger, Bloom arrived late and was scolded by the leader.
Even my parents think I'm a troublemaker. I just want to be a kind person. Why is it so hard?
And so, even after recovering from her illness, the little rabbit remained and became Bloom's pet Kiko. However, on a stormy, rainy night, Kiko suddenly disappeared. What happened? Subscribe to WOA Fairy Tales to find out. Despite the dangerous storm, Bloom rushed everywhere to find her little rabbit. Upon awakening, Bloom was startled to find 4 different versions of herself around her.
Who are you? Can't you see? I'm radiating such dazzling brilliance. I'm Sunbloom, the fairy who controls the power of light. Come on, Sun, don't frighten Bloom. I'm Flora Bloom, the fairy who controls nature. Are you feeling better now? I'm Mythical Bloom, the fairy of music. Welcome to the group. Ice, hey. She's not much of a talker. Ice controls the coolest power of ice!
Through the explanation from trustworthy Flora, Bloom learned that they were connected through various parallel worlds. There were other Blooms, connections of Bloom. And in essence, everything similar in the remaining parallel worlds. The difference lay in the central subject's attributes and personality. They were Bloom, yet not quite herself. Bloom was excited about the story the girls told.
I never thought I would become such fantastic and exceptional versions. Everything serves the purpose of uniting the 5 elemental powers to fight the Terminator. Wait, she hasn't transformed yet. What?
Unlike the other versions, Bloom was just a regular girl. Her elemental power, her strengths. She didn't know any of it. Before the girls could console her, the danger alert system blared loudly. So, unprepared as she was, Bloom was still pulled into her first mission. Different personalities aside, when the battle began, the girls were united and coordinated effectively. They swiftly defeated most of the dark creatures. Only Bloom felt superfluous, clumsy and unable to contribute. She also wanted to help her friends, to prove she wasn't worthless. While the other fairies fought, Bloom ran tirelessly, unafraid of danger, to assist the creatures. It was then that she unintentionally locked eyes with a small demon, capable of stealing souls. In an instant, Bloom lost her rationality and no longer acted like herself. Upon waking from the illusion, Bloom found herself in a dire situation.
Huh? What's going on? Still asking? You did something good but don't remember?
At that time, the demon had used Bloom's soul to undermine the efforts of the remaining fairies. Flora even risked her safety to awaken Bloom. Though a mere accident, it ignited a flame of discord among the girls. Bloom returned to the base and withdrew herself from others. Despite the fairies' efforts to advise her, Bloom refused to join them.
That's enough. It's up to the leader now.
The leader informed them that all parallel worlds followed the same story. In that story, the magical fairies would lose their families and then grow strong together to fight the Terminator lurking behind it all.
So is it because Bloom's family hasn't suffered a tragedy that her firepower hasn't ignited?
Exactly. Without her suffering, she wouldn't attain the highest firepower. I will personally enact Plan B.
But doing so will only make her resent the organization.
Don't worry. I will seize the opportunity to merge all the powers, not giving Bloom a chance to do anything. Watch over her carefully. Wait for my signal. The leader and his creatures were to destroy Bloom's world to align with the plot. Want to rebel, do you?
We can't agree with you. If we commit deeds as wicked as the Terminators in the name of protecting the common world, how are we different from him?
Against the fairies' resistance, the leader didn't falter. He immediately imprisoned them all.
Do you all think I need you? Ha ha ha!
The leader had planned that if the common storyline unfolded and Bloom obediently joined the group, he could manipulate them to take over the world, all under the facade of benevolence. With things in such chaos, he had to reveal his hand and openly seize all their powers. The wicked leader never anticipated that, in the critical moment, a brave, fiery, mythical beast would appear.
Kiko?
It was another version of Kiko, Bloom's pet. More surprisingly, he was also the son of the dragon god, the leader's creature. When he went missing before, it was Bloom who saved his lost magic. Through Bloom's kindness and bravery, she prevented her world from falling into disaster.
Defy me, huh? Fine, don't blame me for punishing you all.
While the fire dragon resisted the leader, defending his family, the fairies fought with all their might to combine their powers, even without their magic bracelets.
Bloom, we need you! No, I can't. I'm powerless. Last time I caused too much trouble. Stop being self-doubt. Bloom, you do have power, and it might be the strongest of all. It's kindness and courage. People often overlook it, thinking it's ordinary. But when faced with evil or hardship, everyone will stand up to help. All our worlds feature the same story of meeting a magical creature, yet no one dares to help. Alright, you're the hero, totally worthy of being the Fairy of Fire Magic.
With those words of encouragement, Bloom gave
gained the confidence to accept the support of the fiery mythical beast, activating her energy. Together, they created a magical flower, defeating the leader. From then on, the group of 5 magical fairies became close friends, continuing their mission to protect the common world, no matter the disparity in their abilities or personalities.
Today's story concludes. Thank you for your support. Each view is a tremendous encouragement for us to create more interesting new stories. Don't forget to subscribe to WOA Fairy Tales to help us reach 1 million subscribers soon. Now, share with WOA Fairy Tales your emotions after watching today's story. See you in the upcoming episode! 500 years ago, there was a fairy world where extraordinary creatures like fairies, monsters, and little witches lived peacefully together. There lived beautiful butterfly fairy named Galaxia, belonging to the noblest Alan lineage of the land. She possessed a pair of vibrant and splendid butterfly wings, along with a magical ability to control clouds and winds at her will. She was the only butterfly fairy in that world with such powers. Galaxia was the only daughter of the Butterfly King, who ruled the kingdom, and she was really pampered by her father. Not far away from there, in the land of Balan, there was a horse prince named Harold, living in an empire where the horse human race was the only esteemed lineage. He had horse ears that could hear sounds from miles away, serving as a weapon to determine the direction of invading enemies. His exceptional hearing had helped him win many battles on the battlefield, earning admiration from his people. Harold was also the only prince of the horse-human emperor, destined to inherit and rule the empire, making him the pride of the Balan emperor. Galaxia and Harold met during a diplomatic gathering between different nations, aiming to promote cooperation and peace. At that time, Galaxia grew bored with the parties filled with discussions of high-ranking positions, so she disguised herself as a celestial butterfly and flew away from the event. Unexpectedly, Galaxia was attacked by a fierce scorpion, causing her injury. Just as she was about to face death, the talented Prince Harold appeared in time to rescue her. That meeting sparked an immediate attraction, and they began talking with each other. They discovered they shared many common things, both being the only princess and prince of their respective lineages, resulting in loneliness as nobody dared to befriend them.
Beautiful Galaxia! Thank you for appearing in my life!
It seemed like a love story that would garner much support, but things took an unexpected turn. Their love was not accepted by their families. The Butterfly King harbored hatred for the horse-human race, as they had previously invaded and devastated his kingdom. The horse-human emperor looked down upon magical creatures, blaming them for resisting and weakening the empire of the horse-human race. Their families forbade their children from interacting, threatening war if Galaxia and Harold didn't comply. Father, please accept our love. Harold is the only one I truly love. The Butterfly King, angered by his beloved daughter's defiance, locked Galaxia in her room. Unwilling to give up on their love, Galaxia and Harold decided to secretly escape from their families. They sought out a spider witch capable of time travel through the threads she wove with her magical silk. Galaxia and Harold expressed a desire to understand why their families harbored such hatred. The witch agreed to help them, using her spider silk to project images of 500 years ago. A dense forest appeared, depicting a life where magical creatures and the horse-human race coexisted differently from the present. Butterfly fairies couldn't fly to the sky, but could hop on beautiful flowers, relying on dandelion stems as makeshift wings. In the past, all butterfly fairies could control the wind, but over the years, only Galaxia retained this ability. Could it be that they had been cursed, causing the butterfly lineage to lose their inherent abilities? As for the horse-human race, they had sharp ears and could run as fast as the wind, jumping high like birds. They were brave warriors, always ready to fight against any invaders of their territory. They were also hot-tempered and rough, often arguing and fighting over trivial matters. Nevertheless, they still possessed a soul that yearned for a peaceful life. As Galaxia and Harold delved deeper into their respective lineages, they struggled to understand why their families held such animosity. It turned out that 500 years ago, the Butterfly King and the Horse-Human Emperor were close friends who fought against a formidable enemy, a giant dragon. Although people believed the dragon had been completely destroyed, it was still alive. The dragon used shape-shifting magic to become the Horse-Human Emperor, approached the Butterfly King, and harmed him, imparting a dangerous toxin. That toxin turned the Butterfly King ferocious and malicious, breeding hatred for the horse-human race, whom he believed had betrayed him. With a relentless desire to annihilate all lineages, the dragon passed on this toxin to the descendants of the Butterfly King, causing transformation and gradual weakening of their abilities.
So it was because of that our lineage lost the ability to control the wind.
Everything was out of control. The Horse-Human Emperor had indeed tried to prevent the Butterfly King and persuade him to stop the war. But the Butterfly King didn't care about what the Horse-Human Emperor had wanted to say.
You are a traitor! You're unworthy to live on this world!
Saying that, the Butterfly King continuously attacked the Horse-Human Emperor, who had no choice but to counterattack. They became embroiled in a fierce war, turning their once friendly nations into bitter enemies. Galaxia and Harold were shocked and felt deep regret for their families. They wanted to do something to correct the mistakes of the past. They sought the help of a witch to take them back in time using her magical threads.
Please take us back to the past. We cannot let our nations become enemies.
Time travel comes with serious consequences, and you will have to pay a significant price.
As long as the two nations achieve peace, we are willing to pay any price.
The witch agreed to use her magic to take them back 500 years. Before their eyes, everything was chaotic. The Butterfly King and the Horse-Human Emperor were locked in a fierce battle. Galaxia quickly used magic to create a gust of wind, separating the ongoing struggle between the Butterfly King and the Horse-Human Emperor. Meanwhile, Harold rushed to the Butterfly King to treat him, awakening him from his rage. Harold recounted everything to the Butterfly King about the giant dragon, helping the Butterfly King get the misunderstanding about the Horse-Human Emperor. The Butterfly King realized the harm he had caused to all kinds of beings, and especially to his dear friend. He felt really regretful. Swiftly, the Butterfly King approached the Horse-Human Emperor to apologize and express a desire for peace. The Horse-Human Emperor also forgave the Butterfly King, and together they ended the war. While everyone rejoiced in the return of peace, the dragon suddenly appeared with a malicious expression. It spewed out fiery flames, angrily incinerating everything around. Harold, with years of battlefield experience, used all his strength to fight the giant dragon. However, the dragon was too powerful, and he couldn't defeat it alone. In the most critical moment, Galaxia timely protected him, but got lightly injured herself. Seeing his beloved hurt, Harold became enraged and used all his strength to attack the formidable enemy. The Butterfly King and the Horse-Human Emperor joined forces with Harold and Galaxia to defeat the giant dragon. They used powerful magic to cast upon the dragon, making it unable to withstand the onslaught and vanishing into dust. After defeating the giant dragon, the war between the two kingdoms came to an end. The two kingdoms promised never to invade or harm each other again. The two kingdoms prospered and lived in prosperity. The people enjoyed a peaceful life, close-knit and full of love. Galaxia and Harold also found joy and contentment. Then, they wished to return and see the outcome of the changes in their two lineages. As the time travel period neared its end, the witch appeared to take them back, reminding them that they would have to pay a significant price. It turned out that the price the witch mentioned was the memories of Galaxia and Harold. Upon returning to the present, the two nations lived in peace, but they no longer remembered each other like strangers. The Butterfly King and the Horse-Human Emperor arranged for the princess and the prince, although unfamiliar, to be connected by an unexplainable bond. Galaxia and Harold held a wedding ceremony, witnessed and blessed by everyone. They looked into each other's eyes and felt a magical connection happening within. The two were moved and fell in love, living happily forever after. Fairy Rosie and the handsome fairy Flynn that many people admired. Rosie was a stubborn and naughty girl who had always made fun of Flynn, while Flynn was always tolerant and gentle, taking care of Rosie. In particular, in the fairyland where they lived, there was a legend about a lake known as the Forbidden Land of Death, deep in the mysterious forest. This forest was also rumored to be the shelter of a dark evil witch named Helen. People were always advised by the Elder Fairy to stay away from this place because there was sealing an extremely dangerous dark thing. If there was anybody who liberated it, this fairyland would be in danger, and the fairies would also be in trouble. However, Rosie was extremely curious about it.
Flynn, I heard that the lake is the lake of wishes. As long as you go there to make a wish, all your wishes will come true.
But that was the Forbidden Land. We shouldn't trespass.
We are fairies. We have magic. What are we afraid of? I want to go there to make a wish for our love.
Then Rosie took Flynn's hand and pulled him to the door of the mysterious forest. Flynn worried and stopped Rosie.
Rosie, I don't think we should disobey the Elder. What if we put everyone in danger?
I only go there to make a wish. I won't cause any danger. If you don't come with me, I will go alone.
After that, Rosie ran away and walked through the door of the forest. Flynn worried and hurried to chase her. As soon as they walked through the forest, both of them were dumbfounded. In front of them was a wonderfully brilliant and sparkling scene.
Oh, how beautiful this place is! Come on, Flynn, let's go to the Lake of Wishes!
But the Elder told...
Just a wish! It won't take too long! Don't you love me?
Flynn helplessly followed Rosie to the end of the forest.
Rosie.
I, Flynn. We wish that we would love each other forever and ever.
When their hands just touched the water surface, a black vortex rose from the bottom of the lake, bringing a terrible laugh.
Finally, I'm freed!
Suddenly, the forest became dark. Black smoke spread, and the witch with a sinister face appeared.
Who are you?
Where did you come from?
Me? I am the one who was sealed by your elder fairy for thousands of years in this cold, deep lake. Just now, I was freed by the two of you.
We did nothing. Yes, you did nothing, but your selfishness with insistence on doing what you want, Rosie, and your frustration but helplessness. Flynn is the key for me to be released. You are the legendary Dark Witch Helen? That's right, it's me. Hearing that, Flynn worriedly pulled Rosie's hand and ran away. Wanna run away? It's not that easy! Rosie angrily turned around to fight the witch. But before she could do anything, a huge bolt of magic rushed towards her. Help me! Flynn, wake up! It was my fault. I am so selfish. This guilty feeling of yours is so great! The more negative emotions you have, the stronger I become. You are so cruel. Evil is the power of strength. Remember the old days? I used to spread fear and jealousy to this fairyland, making the fairies riotous and turn to slaughter each other, which helped my strength increase enormously. I thought I would become the reigning queen here, but I never thought that your elder took everything from me and sealed me in the cold lake bottom for 1,000 years. How lonely it was. Because you deserve it. A person like you will be alone for the rest of your life. Then all of us will be trying the taste of solitude together. And it will start with you. Watch me. The witch shot magic at the two of them. But to her surprise, her magic was repelled by their love. Impossible! That is the power of love, which you can never have. That is also the thing that broke your seal. Negative emotion has no power. I tell you what power is. Yeah! After saying that, Rosie tried her best to shoot magic bolts at the witch, but her strength could not match the witch's dark power. Are you confident about your love? Then I will use Flynn to practice magic and make Flynn hate you! That hatred will make me stronger than ever. And you will have to suffer excruciating pain. Wait and see! Rosie panicked and ran to Flynn, but it was too late. The witch took him away. Flynn! Flynn! Oh, my Flynn! Rosie was extremely regretful and worried. Because of her own impulsiveness and selfishness, she had put Flynn in danger, and the safety of the fairyland was also threatened. Rosie hastily flew over to beg for the elder's help. Elder, please help me. I broke the seal and freed the evil witch Helen. She took Flynn away. What do you say? Helen is freed? I only went to the forbidden land of death to make a wish. But who would have thought about? The elder sighed, looking at Rosie's wounds, and gently used healing magic for her. Actually, Helen is my sister, but she blindly followed the dark power, using people's negative emotions to build her strength. I did not mercilessly eliminate Helen, but locked her at the bottom of the lake. Then please let me know how to find Helen and win her over to correct my mistakes. This is the power gem. It will help you defeat Helen. It will need the strength of your love and your inner strengths to activate the power of this gem. I'll definitely do it, but where should I find Helen? This is the place where Helen is hiding. Hurry to get there before Helen successfully practices magic. If not, Flynn would be extremely dangerous. Rosie bowed her head to thank the elder, and then she took the gem to rescue Flynn. At that time, in the swamp, the witch Helen was consistently transferring the power of darkness to control and change Flynn. Poor Flynn! That selfish Rosie has abandoned you and ran away. She only loves herself, always doing whatever she wants regardless of your feelings.
No way. Rosie will definitely come and save me.
You trusted her blindly. Rosie is never going here. She had found a new love.
That's impossible.
The love and trust in Flynn weakened and gradually turned into anger and despair, making Helen extremely happy, and her strength also increased. When Rosie overcame many difficulties to reach the end of Hera's swamp, Flynn was completely conquered by Helen. Flynn, I'm here to save you! Sorry, you're too late. Now let's see the strength of your love! Flynn, quickly destroy Rosie! How does it feel to be destroyed by the person you love, Roxy? No way! Flynn, please look at me! I'm Rosie, the one you love! Flynn! Flynn, please look at me! Just once! Despite Rosie screaming in vain, Flynn's eyes were still lifeless. The magic gem in Rosie's body fell to the ground. She quickly grabbed the gem and shone it at the witch. The bright light from the gem scared the witch. She fired spells at Flynn and controlled him.
Rosie, please throw the gem away. It hurts me. It hurts!
What should I do, Flynn? I don't want you to suffer at all. Huh? Because of the one I love, I lost my only chance to eliminate the evil witch. Flynn looked at Rosie's tormented eyes, as if his eyes were shining with love. He slowly walked up to her and called softly.
Rosie! My Rosie!
Helen, seeing this, panicked and used magic to fascinate Flynn. Flynn, she was just acting! She deserves it for leaving you! Rosie looked into Flynn's eyes and felt his love. So she was very emotional and rushed to Flynn and hugged him. You recognize me, don't you? You remember me, don't you? We were hand in hand and made a wish in the Forbidden Lake that you would have always protected me. Flynn, I love you. The kiss from that intense pure love awakened Flynn and freed him from the dark magic of the witch. Helen got up and used all her strength to shoot magic at the two of them. But their love created an incomparable power that blocked all spells. The broken gem was also healed by the power of Flynn and Rosie's love, and then shone with a dazzling light that burned Helen in an instant. The two returned to the fairyland and gave the gem back to the elder. They were agreed to hold the wedding carefully by the elder. On the day of the wedding, the elder gave the magic gem to Flynn and Rosie.
It was the first day, the final semester, that I attended the Vampire Academy, the only place that's trained professional vampires. I had been eagerly anticipating this day because... Celine! You've done it to me! If you want to see how I'll deal with her, subscribe to WOA Fairy Tales. As for the confrontation between me and that girl, it's an ancient story. We both come from famous vampire clan. The rivalry between our clans made us compete in every little thing. This time, Celine really succeeded. Our academy is divided into two species, Royal and Dampier. Celine and I are both Royals, pure-blood vampires, or those with the ability to perform magic. We'll live in the imposing, luxurious tower, spending most of our time chatting or learning ways to become more aristocratic. On the contrary, Dampier vampires, hybrids with humans, live differently. Their lifestyle is simpler, and they have to work harder. Although they don't possess magic, their speed and skills are extraordinary. They are trained to be protectors for royals. Royals and Dampiers live separately, only beginning to bond for life at the prom ceremony. To prepare for prom, starting today, Dampiers will be moved to the royal area to socialize. But that little Celine girl has taken everything away. What have you done? Oops, I accidentally borrowed your prom date. You're not mad, are you? Oh, it seems like you were a bit annoyed, huh?
Betty,
Well, now what are you going to do, Betty? Everyone has a date, and if you don't participate in prom, how will you graduate? At that moment, for some unknown reason, I declared that I would go with the only person who didn't have a date to prom. I also had doubts about my audacious decision. The person I chose was Edward. Edward is a low-profile Dampier, so inconspicuous that no one remembers him. He struggles with academics, has a reserved personality, and never participates in group activities.
I don't agree.
What? He dared? All right, no worries. Eric and I will definitely become the king and queen of prom to get that moonstone for you. It helps with mind control, you know. And who knows, maybe Edward will accept your invitation. For the first time in 17 years, I had to endure such embarrassment.
I agree.
What? What did you say?
I said I agree. See you tomorrow.
Like a dream, from that day on, Edward and I truly began to get to know each other to prepare for prom. It wasn't easy to change the mindset of someone as stubborn as Edward. Do you really want to cooperate? With the current situation, even if we don't participate in prom, we can become the king and queen. You knew that, didn't you? Sorry, but you're probably regretting not having Eric now, right?
Why should she regret something that has lost its value?
What's the freak saying now? How can a weirdo compare to someone who always wants to steal other people's things? Thanks to you, I'll have 100 times better prom date than Eric. I may have spoken strongly, but seeing them happy together, I was truly sad.
Look, weren't you very determined just now? Come on, we'll win. You said I'm 100 times better than him, didn't you? Oh, give this back to you. Study it carefully, bookworm.
You? How dare you read? You! Don't tell anyone. If this gets out, I'll be seen as a weirdo just like Edward. Oh well, studying about Strigoi is my special hobby. These are the most feared and rarely mentioned type of vampires in vampire history, because they are the only ones who feed not only on humans, but also on royals and Dampiers. They are resurrected from the dead and become immortal, rumored to be the harbingers of destruction. In terms of power, neither royals nor Dampiers are a match for them. The Vampire Academy was founded to train vampires to fight against this species. What if Edward reveals this information? I can't even imagine. But Edward didn't do that. He even showed interest in the notebook.
Why are you studying these?
I want to know more about Strigoi. Are they really as evil as they say? And instead of destroying them, is there a way to redeem them? Edward also started cooperating with me more in our prom preparations. We had a fairly, enjoyable time. And I realized that I might have started to like him a little. After that night, Edward underwent a dramatic change. When he discarded his disastrous fashion, he became an entirely different person. Even Celine couldn't help but be impressed. How could Eric compare to this eccentric guy? Not only handsome, but the scent of Edward's blood also had an irresistible charm that captivated the royals. Feeling that she had lost a delicious meal, Celine was once again eager to steal my prom date right before the party. According to tradition, Royal and Dampier students are divided into groups to guard the school and practice their teamwork. Unfortunately, due to bad luck, Edward and I were assigned to the same group as those two troublemakers. Thanks to them, the atmosphere between us became more awkward. This task was supposed to be a training exercise with harmless traps set up, but unexpectedly the snakes, the vampire's eternal enemies, appeared here. With our current abilities, we were no match for them. Ha! My dear friend and the guy I once liked disappeared in the blink of an eye.
I'll hold them off. You run away.
How could I accept that? We were a team, and of course, I had my own abilities. A bite barely grazed me and left me stunned. After that night, my body seems to start changing. Perhaps it was a side effect of the snake's venom, even though it was extracted in time. I thought that after the disaster, Edward and I would become closer, but no! He changed again, becoming as cold as he was in the beginning. Just to let you know, Edward is my new prom date. What? Edward, what's going on?
Exactly what you heard.
That moment became even more unsettling when Eric lost a lot to Celine. No! There must be some hidden mystery in this. Through investigation, I discovered a horrifying truth. Edward, the one who once captivated me, is a special Strigoi. What? What do you intend to do? This is the Vampire Academy. The professors will punish Strigoi.
Come on, they'd have to punish you as well then, Betty. Don't you remember anything?
According to his account, on a mission night, he bit me and turned me into a Strigoi. You? How dare you!
Be smart and stay quiet until my plan succeeds. When you return there, it will be you who faces danger.
What do you plan to do?
Give him what he deserves. A man who abandoned his wife and children like he did doesn't deserve the position of headmaster.
Edward seemed to be looking down on me too much. Even if I got punished, I had to warn everyone about his plan. When I arrived at prom, he and Celine had become the king and queen and received the Moonstone ring.
Something's not right.
He used the ring to control everyone's minds. This would make the Academy's defense line disappear, leading to the appearance of more Strigoi.
I don't care about what you're planning, just don't get in our way. What if I am the girl you truly care about?
However, perhaps even Edward didn't anticipate that Alan would change direction and rush towards me. The little remaining strength within me had already been used to break down the door to get here.
Ha! I guess I was right. She's the only one you care about, isn't she?
It turns out that Edward knew that Alan might target the girl next to him, so he intentionally let Celine become a decoy, replacing me at prom. Why did you save me? I've turned into a Strigoi too, you know.
Huh? Do you believe everything I say? You're stubborn right up to prom. Truly stubborn.
Right after that, I was also controlled by him to continue the unfinished plan.
You recognize me now, don't you? Unexpected that the son turned into a Strigoi can come back here for revenge, right? It's my mother. My mother sacrificed herself to save me, but it didn't work. And she ended up like this, even in her passing. She still wanted me to return this to you.
When the two rings were placed side by side, a strange and magical phenomenon occurred. Perhaps the magic of family bond. Back then, during the intense battle with the Strigoi, the headmaster bravely stormed through the front lines. However, he inadvertently lost track of his wife and son. They were threatened, and their safety was exchanged for the headmaster's appearance, but due to lost information, by the time they reached the headmaster, his loved ones were no more. The two rings were originally a pair, a testament to the love between Edward's parents. The memory segment ended simultaneously with the control of the rings over the vampires, inadvertently leading to a tragedy. It was the only way to end the immortal life of the Strigoi. Hey, you can't sleep! You haven't even apologized to me for what Celine did! Headmaster, please save him quickly! He's your own son!
Calm down, you're too noisy. Father, I'm sorry. Didn't expect to meet you like this.
The headmaster hastily used all his strength to exchange for Edward's life.
Please, Father, don't do that.
I can't lose my only loved one again.
It turns out there was a way to save Strigoi, but it required him to give up immortality and at the same time for a royal to sacrifice their power and even their life to save him. Edward was no longer a Strigoi, but it was a shame that his father, in addition to losing his power, was permanently disabled. Today, they will return to the castle deep in the forest to spend more time together.
Now that I've truly become a Dhampir, I will still work hard to practice and one day be able to protect and bond with you. As for you...
I'm willing to wait. Look how impatient he is. Well, this time I admit defeat to you. This story is a thank you message for Beth D, Lyco Girl 1789, who has contributed many ideas to WOA Fairy Tales. In the future, we hope to receive more contributions from the audience to further develop WOA Fairy Tales. Don't forget to subscribe to WOA Fairy Tales to help us reach 1 million subscribers soon. And now, please share your emotions with WOA Fairy Tales after watching today's story. See you in the upcoming episode! Once upon a time, a great battle erupted between demons and angels. The demons, possessing darkness within, were powerful and dominated the war for many years. But when the Archangel united all the angelic tribes, they finally achieved victory and nearly wiped out the entire demon race. Almost, but not entirely. This is the story of Vera, the princess of the underworld demon kingdom.
Little demon, in the end, you're just a child.
Although Vera was a demon, she was still a child, without any malicious intent. The Archangel decided to adopt her, despite the objections of other angels. And so, Vera grew up in the love and care of the Archangel and his son, Prince Daniel.
If darkness possesses one's heart, anyone can become a demon. If enough goodness is present, anyone can become an angel. If you subscribe to the WOA Fairy Tales channel, we will reach 1 million. Huh? Did you write something inappropriate in the book, Vera?
Despite the attention from the prince and the Archangel, Vera was still bullied by others. After all, the angels couldn't empathize with her no matter what. Being a demon, Vera always had darkness within her. When her emotions were hurt, the darkness would often manifest, especially when she was teased by the angels. Vera started to feel insecure. She despised her demonic heritage, which made her different and ostracized. As she grew older, Vera developed feelings for Prince Daniel, one of the few people who treated her kindly. Of course, Vera concealed her emotions out of self-consciousness and also because... Stay Stay away from him, you demon! How dare a demon like you linger here? Perhaps I was destined to be a demon from the start!
Things took a turn for the worse when Daniel announced his engagement to Lucifer, the princess of another angelic tribe. Daniel's closeness with Vera faded, partly due to his responsibility to the heavenly realm after his father's passing, and partly because... What is my future husband doing? Stay away from him, or it's best for a demon like you to stay in the underworld. Lucifer wasn't entirely wrong. A demon like Vera couldn't possibly aspire to be with Daniel. Though her heart was shattered, Vera managed to restrain her outbursts of darkness despite the pain.
Why stay here when the one I love no longer loves me?
Vera decided to return to the underworld to live alone. A demon like her didn't belong in heaven anymore, and she had no reason to stay here. Little did Vera know that some of her kind had not been completely eradicated. There were still a few surviving demons hiding, evading the pursuit of the angels.
Is that the demon princess? I can't believe it! I thought...
It's the royal blood. We're finally saved after all these years.
Vera had never been happier. Surrounding her were eyes filled with admiration, rather than disdain or pity, as in heaven. Soon, Vera was influenced by the mischievous demons. They whispered that the angels treated her poorly and were not as virtuous as they seemed. Vera had to embrace the pride of a demon. Jealousy and spiteful words made it impossible for Vera to suppress her darkness any longer. She decided to lead the demons in an attack on heaven. However, the moment Vera and the demons set foot in heaven, a battalion of angelic warriors led by Lucifer appeared, as if they were already aware of the impending attack. I knew it. A demon will always be a demon. I was right to warn Daniel about you. It turned out that Vera, along with the demons, were thrown into the dungeon, waiting for the day of judgment.
Vera!
Prince Daniel?
I'm disappointed in you. I always thought you could suppress the demonic blood within you. I never expected. Tomorrow is the wedding, and so much has happened. I pleaded for your life, but the demons...
Vera now regrets her actions, but it is too late.
I plan to leave. Why did I come back? It's all my fault. I betrayed your trust.
Vera's dark nature has diminished significantly due to her remorse and love for Daniel. She decides to flee far away to avoid causing further trouble for the prince. It's not difficult for Vera to escape. She knows the pathways of the heavenly realm since she was young. However, Vera still wants to see her beloved one last time. For that reason, she decides to disguise herself and infiltrate the prince's wedding.
Princess Lucifer, enter the wedding procession!
Wow, what a beautiful bride!
They make such a perfect couple.
Only she is worthy of the prince.
Time has come for Vera to leave. She can't bear to see her loved one hand in hand with someone else. Just catching a glimpse of Daniel erases any regrets she may have.
Is there anyone who objects to this marriage?
I object!
Why are these intruders causing chaos now?
It turns out that the attackers at the wedding are the demons themselves.
Lucifer, how dare you deceive us?
Lucifer had always wanted to claim Daniel only for herself. In fact, Daniel held feelings for Vera, which prompted Lucifer to hatch a wicked plan. Knowing about the surviving demons, Lucifer cunningly plotted to manipulate Vera into attacking heaven, causing Daniel to despise Vera.
Lucifer, you promised to convince the angels not to pursue us, and now you abandon us to be judged. You monster, you demon!
So it's true, Lucifer. I married you because you promised to remove the darkness from Vera, to help her no longer be a demon. So, you deceived me?
It was all part of Lucifer's plan from the beginning. She wanted to possess Daniel's love, and further, to use him to rule over all angelic tribes. Enraged by being exposed, Lucifer's inherent wickedness blended with her emotions, transforming her into a full-fledged demon.
Stop, Lucifer. You are an angel. There's still time to turn back.
I don't need to be an angel.
In that moment of heartless harm towards her beloved, the darkness of the demonic nature took hold of Lucifer completely.
Oh heavens, it can't be...
Lucifer's extreme cruelty allowed the evil within her to consume her, transforming her into a demon. A fallen angel of tremendous strength, Lucifer possessed both the power of an angel and a demon, making her unbeatable. I will deal with all of you. I have nothing left to lose. No more angels or demons. No, you won't! Oh, wow. Look who it is. Vera couldn't stay idle any longer. She decided to reveal her true identity. As the princess of the demon realm, Vera was inherently strong, even capable of matching Lucifer's power. A fierce battle ensued, with magical spells flying in all directions, endangering the angels and demons nearby. Vera couldn't ignore the situation. Regardless of everything, Daniel and the Archangel always taught her to become a good person. However, just as Vera was distracted, Lucifer managed to strike her, significantly weakening her. Vera's magic spells grew weaker, and Lucifer easily evaded them. In the end, Vera was finally defeated by Lucifer's cunning and dirty tricks. Do whatever you want, you demon! It's not that simple, little demon! Lucifer was not satisfied yet. She wanted Vera to witness her harming Prince Daniel, to make Vera suffer and torment her. Vera couldn't bear to see her beloved being harmed. Knowing that Lucifer would defend against her attacks, Vera knew she had to get close. Vera embraced the fallen angel, pouring all her remaining strength into casting the most powerful spell. And she defeated Lucifer. But Vera herself was too close to the magical explosion.
Vera, why would you do that? My goodness!
Prince, I'm sorry. It's all my fault. If only I hadn't been selfish, things wouldn't have turned out like this.
No, it's my fault. If I hadn't been indifferent, if I hadn't doubted, please, Vera, don't leave me.
Though Prince Daniel expressed remorse, it was too late. But perhaps Daniel had forgotten the story his father once told him.
If darkness possesses one's heart, anyone can become a demon. If enough goodness is present, anyone can become an angel.
Vera, now, you are an angel, free from persecution. Stay in heaven with me.
No, I cannot. You mean well, but I will forever be a demon. That's who I am. But I cannot stay with you if you keep wanting me to abandon my true self. And I must lead my kind. I cannot let them fall into despair again.
Prince Daniel couldn't deny Vera's wish. He also convinced the angelic tribes to reconcile with the demons. After all, it was Vera, the princess of the demon realm, who sacrificed herself to save both races. Under the leadership of Queen Vera, demons no longer committed acts of wickedness. More intriguingly, from time to time, one could witness the Queen of the Demons and the Archangel meeting each other as true kindred spirits.
Forgiveness is a good thing, but forgiving betrayal is always a mistake. Everywhere was filled with joy at the wedding of Sophia and Cooper. She was the princess of the Kingdom of the Sea, never in love and only wanting to find a deserving person. And he was a talented prince, incredibly wealthy, sweet and polite.
Does anybody object to this marriage?
I object!
Things took a turn for the worse when Sophia's rival, the Princess of the Green Forest, appeared.
How dare you ruin my happiness, Grace? Today should have been my wedding, and Cooper should have been the groom.
Oh, my naive little girls. He had given them love, which made them willing to enter into marriage. They dreamed of a complete love, only to receive unforgettable humiliation.
You wretch! Were you the one spreading rumors to bring me here?
The overflowing emotions of passionate love and the pain of betrayal caused the two girls to react strongly. Why cry? Without me, there would be someone else. Because he was a deceitful prince, skilled at seduction and stealing the hearts of unsuspecting princesses. Subscribe to WOA Fairy Tale to follow the story. Avery worked as a server in a luxurious tavern. With her simple appearance and cold, indifferent nature, she seemed invisible to everyone. As she grew older, she became more indifferent, binding herself to a boring serving job. The tavern had a regular guest, Prince Cooper. Every month, he would bring a different princess to the tavern for a date. Avery despised Cooper because he reminded her of her father. Her father had abandoned her and her mother for another woman. Since then, she had lost faith in love and withdrawn into a dull life. Due to her deep hatred, Avery had tried many times to expose Cooper, but failed. But perhaps luck would come her way this time.
Do you know what he said to me?
Without you, life has no meaning anymore.
So marry me instead! Oh heavens, that wretched man!
Avery joined them and revealed Cooper's previous deceitful actions.
This is too much. We need someone who can make him suffer and experience the feeling of betrayal.
But who? He has charmed almost every princess in the world.
Not every princess yet.
Although Cooper had visited the tavern many times, he had never noticed Avery. To him, she was just a commoner, invisible. They would transform her into the ideal girlfriend and teach him a lesson.
someone accustomed to getting everything he wants, Cooper will be impressed by an arrogant princess. Mysterious and acting submissive at the right moment. Remember!
The first encounter with Cooper happened at the tavern again. Sophia and Grace secretly gave Cooper a mysterious drink that made him behave foolishly.
Do you know? You're so attractive.
You're insane!
What is this? Wait a minute.
According to the plan, this was when Avery appeared, leaving Cooper stunned with just one glance. In the following days, Cooper sought to meet Avery continuously. Avery maintained an unpredictable attitude towards Cooper. Sometimes friendly and open, sometimes cold and icy, confusing him. He was going crazy because he had never made so much effort before. Come on, Avery. When will you agree to go on a date with me?
You? I don't know what's true anymore.
What do I have to do to prove my sincerity? I really mean it.
Suddenly, a thief appeared, and Cooper immediately stood up to protect Avery. Avery pretended to be moved and accepted his 100th confession of love. The plan was on its way to perfect success. Avery and her accomplices laughed at Cooper's foolishness. However, things were not as easy as she thought. Cooper was overly sweet and genuinely caring. He actively learned about her interests and tenderly took care of her step by step. They spent many nights talking to each other. Avery kept reminding herself that it was all just a play, and he was still a villain.
Remember his true nature.
Wake up!
On an unsuspecting night...
Be careful, Avery!
Oh no, Cooper!
Avery caught him and helped treat his wounds. In this touching moment, a marriage proposal was just around the corner. Avery had prepared herself for a cheesy line he would say to countless other girls. But...
Avery, I know I'm terrible, but for you, I will change. I want to be worthy of being by your side. Come on, let me show you this.
Since childhood, I had been seriously ill and at risk of dying early. My mother made a deal with a demon to give me her remaining years in exchange for her revival. I couldn't bear it. Then sold my soul to the demon with the deal for my mother's revival. I swore to open the gates and bring the demon to the mortal world, using the broken hearts of the princesses as the main ingredient. I already have enough ingredients to complete the gateway, but I've decided not to open it anymore. Because now I love you! I want to live a redeemed life by your side forever!
Are these words true?
Avery began to feel conflicted about her revenge plan, and perhaps had developed some feelings for Cooper. She shared everything with Sophia and Grace.
Fantastic! This is evidence to put him in jail.
And we'll attend his wedding wearing bridal gowns.
Cooper and Avery's wedding was splendid. The promiscuous prince finally found his life's destination. Sophia and Grace secretly blended into the wedding to witness the perfect ending of their play. Thank you for giving me the chance to change. Please let me love you for the rest of my life. Avery became more and more confused. If she continued to deceive him at this moment, she wouldn't be any better than him. She gritted her teeth and finally revealed the truth that everything was part of a revenge plan by the betrayed brides.
Huh? Betrayed brides? Ah!
You will repent in prison!
Ironically, fate punished Cooper severely. The one he loved couldn't be with him, and she made him taste extreme agony.
Why cry?
Suddenly, the demon crashed the wedding and unleashed his fury. It turned out that one of the demon's minions had secretly observed Cooper and knew that he had abandoned his plan to open the gates of hell. Therefore, the minion brought the gateway to the wedding and completed it. The demon decided to punish Cooper. Grace and Sophia called upon mystical creatures from the ocean and the forest to join the battle. However, the darkened Cooper was too powerful, and they couldn't defeat him. Seeing the image of a corrupted Cooper in agony, Avery realized that she had indeed developed feelings for him.
I believe in you. Don't lose yourself.
This made him recall the moment when his mother passed away.
How do ye want me to become?
Become whoever you want, as long as you live with integrity and treat others kindly. That will always make me proud of you. Don't lose yourself, my child.
At this moment, Cooper saw his mother's image in Avery.
A sinful person like you deserves to go to hell with me!
No, Cooper!
But Cooper chose to atone for his mistakes. The shards of broken hearts scattered and returned to the deceived brides. There was one piece of a heart that he had given to the one he loved. After everything, Avery lived a positive and open life, ready to embrace love. Occasionally, she would remember Cooper and remind herself that true kindness could transform everything. She always had the choice to live a righteous life. In the depths of the human subconscious, angels always perform benevolent deeds, bringing radiance to humanity. But what if one day an angel were to turn malevolent and cruel? Subscribe to WOA Fairy Tales channel to discover the outcome. Alicia was the least skilled among the celestial beings. Not only that, but she also refused to learn and consistently projected an air of arrogance and obstinacy. Alicia's daily task was to guide virtuous souls to heaven. Yet, due to her careless disposition, she often lost souls when she brought them to the gates of heaven.
Useless! If you make another mistake, do not blame us!
Alicia could only mutter in frustration before walking away. One fateful day, Alicia captured a soul, and just then, the god of death, Moros, made his appearance.
What do you intend to do?
I shall take this soul down to hell. Ha ha!
This soul belongs to me!
Witnessing Alicia's determination, Moros altered his plan.
Very well. I will entrust this soul to you, and even aid you in collecting many more. All you need to do is bring down the soul tree, the celestial creature.
It's just a tree. It won't affect me. Alright, I agree.
With the agreement settled, Moros pushed the soul back to Alicia, who joyfully transported it to heaven. Thanks to Moros' assistance, Alicia continuously amassed numerous souls, surpassing her fellow angels and leaving everyone astounded. Alicia grew increasingly haughty, looking down on everyone, include Lucius, her close friend.
You can stop following me!
Well done, Alicia! Soon you will receive a significant reward, a new pair of wings.
Thank
you, Archangel!
But the contract with Moros had to be fulfilled that very night.
I will execute it meticulously to avoid detection. It's just a tree, after all, and it won't harm heaven.
That night, Alicia surreptitiously approached the soul tree and, in the blink of an eye, dismantled it. Alicia raised the root, laughing with delight. Suddenly, a cage descended, entrapping her.
Release me!
You dare defy the rules of heaven!
Please forgive me. I was influenced by someone else.
This is the soul tree, crucial to heaven. And because of your recklessness and insolence, you were unaware of these details.
The gates of heaven closed, and Alicia was officially banished. Wait, Alicia, I will help you regain your position.
I don't need your help.
Alicia wandered aimlessly, now just an obscure goddess.
I brought what you want! I was banished from heaven for this mistake.
Those angels truly do not know how to appreciate talent. Join my team. This hell always welcomes everyone, without discrimination or disdain.
Nowhere else remains for me. Only Moros is willing to assist. I agree.
Moros promptly transformed Alicia into a bona fide angel of death. Every day, Alicia collected souls to transport to hell. One time, when Alicia spotted the soul of a poor old woman hiding, she chased it closely.
Huh?
The soul was intercepted by Lucius, infuriating Alicia. I will take the old lady to heaven, because during her lifetime, she did many good deeds.
Huh? You once helped me a lot when I was still an angel, and now you're fighting over a soul with me?
Lucius, thinking Alicia had truly changed her attitude toward him, didn't expect what happened next. Alicia, in a fit of anger, pulled the soul away. Alicia, don't let malevolent forces corrupt your soul. An angel's heart will always belong to you. As the cages gradually filled with more and more trapped souls, everyone cried out in protest, refusing to accept being sent to hell.
Alicia, sooner or later, you will become a true angel of death.
The weaklings in heaven will have their eyes opened.
Alicia continued her vigorous search for souls. In the midst of her determination, a young boy soul collided with her.
Do you know who I am? I am the Angel of Death. Today is my lucky day.
Please help me. I found myself as a soul when I woke up. I just want to bid farewell to my parents one last time. Huh? Please, help me.
Alicia was moved and escorted the boy home. Their house was in disrepair, and cries emanated from within as they approached the door. The boy's mother sobbed, trying to wipe away her tears, while his father was in despair.
Where is our son? Why hasn't he returned home?
Now they were utterly helpless, clinging to the hope of a miracle. The boy had ventured to the beach to collect small fish for sale, aiming to assist his parents. Unfortunately, a violent wave swept him away.
Huh? Angel of Death, please reveal the location of my body to them.
Huh? No, it's too late.
Seeing the boy's tear-filled eyes, Alicia relented.
Huh?
Alicia escorted the boy's parents to the beach, where his lifeless body lay.
My son!
Wake up, son!
Angel of Death, please, don't take our only child. I am willing to exchange my soul to save my son.
Alicia was moved by the sacred bond and self-sacrifice of the boy's parents. She no longer cared about her duty as the Angel of Death. She simply cast the spell to return the boy's soul to his body. The boy woke up, and his family rejoiced ecstatically. They thanked Alicia and took the boy back home. Alicia watched with a sense of relief, experiencing happiness for the first time upon receiving such praise.
You dare defy the principles of the Angel of Death!
Moros opened a dimensional door to drag Alicia to hell.
You have betrayed heaven, and now you betray hell. I will drain the life force of the angels and cast you into the 18 layers of hell, with no chance of escape.
As Moros prepared to seal the dimensional door, Lucius unexpectedly leaped forward to confront him.
Lucius!
I will always protect you.
In the past, I was ashamed of my weakness and unworthy of you. I always tried to drive you away, but I truly apologize.
Lucius embraced Alicia, and she finally accepted his love. Moros took advantage of their distraction and launched a counterattack. Alicia rushed to defend them, but Moros quickly overpowered her. Lucius, witnessing this, risked everything to engage Moros. Alicia, seeing the plight of the trapped souls, immediately released them all from their cages.
No!
The souls overwhelmed Moros, releasing their pent-up resentment. Alicia hastily helped Lucius and escaped through the dimensional door. Alicia and Lucius returned to heaven and faced the Archangel.
I deeply regret my foolish actions. I hope you can forgive me.
Your transgressions have been erased by helping the boy's soul return to his body. It was a noble act that angels should perform.
From now on, Alicia would be a responsible angel and live happily with Lucius forever.